Download the 99.9 The Fan app today. Powered by Aspire Money Management.
Whether you're in school, whether it's in life, you just got to give it everything you got, and I'm glad I was able to represent that.
The Coastal Scholar Athlete of the Month from 99.9 The Fan and Coastal Credit Union. To nominate your athlete, text AWARD to 919-860-5326.
Guys, don't propose with a ring that she didn't pick out. Trust us, she already has a ring in mind. So engage with Gage Diamonds, in person or online, where Gage's skilled ring designers will work with her to create the perfect setting, matched with the perfect stone. Gage specializes in exquisite lab-grown diamonds. Financing available. GageDiamonds.com. We're engagement's middle name.
Hi, I'm news correspondent Bob Woodruff. In 2006, a roadside bomb struck the armored vehicle I was riding in while reporting from Iraq. I sustained a life-threatening traumatic brain injury. The military term "got your six" means I have your back, and that day our service members had mine. During my recovery, I learned firsthand the challenges facing our service members who return home with injuries. While serving, their fellow service members always had their six. Now that they're home, it is our turn. We started the Bob Woodruff Foundation to make sure that the camaraderie and support they relied on in the military carries on, and we need you. Please join us as part of the Got Your Six initiative and help us be there for impacted veteran service members and their families. They've had our backs. It's time we have theirs. Learn more at gotyoursix.org. That's gotyoursix.org. Using the number 6.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm, injury lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to ritchielaw.com.
That's ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
I'm WRAL meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner. We're looking at increasing sunshine through the afternoon, a bit breezy and warm with highs in the mid-70s. Closer to lunchtime, we may see an isolated thunderstorm in our eastern counties, and we'll see clearing throughout the afternoon. Overnight low near 40 degrees, and tomorrow for Thanksgiving Day will be nice and sunny but chilly, with highs only in the mid-50s.
Check if your money at 3 o'clock. The Dow Jones up 373 points to 47,486. The S&P 500 up 56. The NASDAQ up 219 ahead of the holiday. Weather brought to you by Newcomb & Company, where your comfort is their business. Visit newcombandcompany.com.
Chance Lukanen with a stick. Puck still loose. Can't clear. Empty net goes to Spurs. Scores!
Left corner, Haminya thought about one. A ball fake and a drive. Lob it inside. Cameron Boozer playing catch. Goes up and dunks.
Justin Jolie leaps up. It is a touchdown on 4th and 6, a 12-yarder. Pack's going to win the game.
Good snap. Good hold. It's a fake. Polino to the left. 25-20. Down the sideline. Into the end zone. Oh, they say out of bounds at the 1.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan.
That's right. It is The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Dennis Cox sitting in for Tim Donnelly this afternoon. He's already getting an early start on eating turkey, baking pies, all those kinds of things. Paul Ihander, the man sitting over on the other side of the glass today, as we get you set for Thanksgiving, folks. That's right. We're just going to set the table for everyone. See? Make sure that turkey is thawed out if you're going to fry it, all right? If you're going to deep fry a turkey, make sure you have that thing completely thawed out. I don't want to hear of any accidents on Thursday, okay?
Oh.
There's enough YouTube videos out there and everything for everyone to get on the same page.
You think?
You would hope. You would hope.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. People aren't exactly that smart when it comes to cooking, Dennis.
I speak from experience. I'm actually a tremendous cook. There's a reason why I had to lose a bunch of weight. But you know what? There are still plenty of things in the sports world that we can enjoy. And let's go right into the big 3 at 3. All right, let's go right into number 1. Carolina Hurricanes in action tonight at the Lenovo Center. They start a 7-game homestand. 7 games after a 4-game road trip. After earlier in the season, a 6-game road trip. Paul, they're back at home. Back at home at the Lenovo Center, getting set for Thanksgiving. And tonight, believe it or not, it's the first time that Keandre Miller is going to face his former team, the New York Rangers. Now, the Canes did play at the New York Rangers in Madison Square Garden earlier this year, but Keandre Miller, dealing with a lower body injury, was not able to play. But Keandre Miller is actually going to be in the lineup and playing tonight. Speaking of the lineup, we'll hear from Rob Brindamore about Keandre Miller here in just a second. Also coming up at 3:15, we'll dive more into one major problem for the Carolina Hurricanes coming up at 3:15. But no Jordan Staal, it looks like tonight. Just an FYI, I was at morning skate today. Rob Brindamore, he was asked, hey, Jordan Stahl's status, he's not here at morning skate. What's the deal with the captain? Still feeling sick. I actually, when I was walking in, there was someone who works for the Carolina Hurricanes. When I was walking into morning skate at Lenovo today, and I asked him, I'm just curious who's going to be in the lineup tonight. And he said, well, depends on who's not sick. That's really what it is. Jordan Staal just dealing with seems like a flu bug that's been going around the locker room. Doubtful that he's going to play tonight. So Justin Robidas called up into the lineup from the Chicago Wolves of the American Hockey League. He was skating on the fourth line, quote-unquote fourth line, between Taylor Hall and Eric Robinson. By the way, real quick, Taylor Hall left morning skate early today. I asked Rod about it. He goes, he's fine. He just immediately said, as soon as I started asking the question, Paul, he said, yeah, he's fine. He's going to be all right.
Well, Dennis.
You know what? It didn't even get that far. It was just, he's going to be just fine. But speaking of Justin Robidas, Rob Brindamore, head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes this morning, was asked what the Carolina Hurricanes can expect from the young man up from Chicago.
Well, we know the player. He's been in the organization. He's a great kid, and, he's quick and competitive. So, and he's been playing like that since we've had him. So it's, obviously it's not Jordo, but, he's deserving of the chance.
He's not Jordan, but that's okay. That's fine. And here's something that we have to keep in mind as well when it comes to this Canes organization and this team. Doesn't matter who's in the lineup, the way they play remains the same. Now, if you don't know anything about Justin Robidas, he's built like Seth Jarvis. Best way I can describe it. He's built like Seth Jarvis. And he skates really well. And by the way, he did play in a couple games last year in the spring when the Canes were resting players, had a couple points. But as I mentioned, Keandre Miller playing his former team for the very, very first time today. Actually, I talked with Keandre, with other media members in the locker room today about what it's going to be like playing his former team. And they said, hopefully I still remember some of the moves those guys had, when practicing against some of those kinds of things. But when it comes to what he's done with the Carolina Hurricanes, the head coach, Rob Brindamore, he's loving it so far.
He's been great. Yeah, it's been everything we had hoped for. As you kind of know the player from playing or coaching against him, but you don't know what his impact could be. And when he's on, it's an elite player there. So it's just he's been a little nicked up this year, unfortunately. So we haven't really, we missed him a little bit. And but when he's been going and feeling good, he's been really effective.
We'll have more about the Carolina Hurricanes and the New York Rangers coming up here in about 10 minutes. But let's get to the number 2 here on the Big 3 at 3.
Number 2.
Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need. Number 2, college basketball. In the world of college basketball, we've got, I don't know how many of these tournaments and midseason events and stuff going on right now. I think I saw it was the Vanderbilt on TV playing against Western Kentucky in the battle for Atlantis. You got all kinds of different stuff going on in the college basketball world right now. But tonight, NC State basketball, after a win yesterday against Boise State, actually gets a game against Texas in the Maui Invitational. It's a game that's going to be played later on tonight. And Paul, you and I were talking about before the show is that when we saw NC State lose a couple nights ago to Seton Hall, we weren't anticipating them getting a high-end matchup in the Maui Invitational because usually you're going to play a good team like an Arizona State or USC, something along those lines, if you win that first game. But now you're going to get a quad one game in Texas tonight for NC State and Will Wade, which is a big opportunity for them to get, I say when they say a staple win, but a win that could carry some weight as the season goes along. And when the selection committee has to pick in March, this game will impact that decision and come March.
No, I think State needed more tests, too, early on in the season based on how their schedule was laid out. Sure, you wanted the win over Seton Hall. You weren't going to win everything, though. And I think for State, you can put away the idea, well, the Will Wade era is now now has its final loss. I'm like, I think we can end that whole noise now by saying the Will Wade era. This is now NC State. This is now up to the team that has been assembled in the offseason, the team that Will Wade has put together, that he continually puts his stamp on. But you're right, this is a Texas team that comes in that took on Duke early on. Everyone's like, all right, let's see what Duke does with them. Duke didn't wipe the court with them in the opening game of the regular season, but they did dispatch them pretty cleanly, and I think you hope for NC State they can get a few guys just kind of on track. They figure out exactly. Will Wade's only going 9 deep, which is 2 more deeper than Hubert Davis is doing at Carolina. But I think, if you just had to judge overall, Carolina's probably playing the best basketball out of all 3 because they really have determined roles in big guys. And I think that's the one thing for State right now. They're still trying to determine the roles. It's not necessarily that they're going to Darian Williams every time at the end when they need a bucket. They haven't had those opportunities, those close games to make those things happen. Maybe they get to work some of that out with a game against Texas late tonight.
Like you said, it's another test. It's a good test. And they need as much on their resume as they can for NC State because they don't have built into their schedule, at least with the non-conference, a lot of these high-end games where we're going to see, for example, UNC that you mentioned, North Carolina, got a win over St. Bonaventure last night, 85-70, which, by the way, Caleb Wilson, this happens to me all the time. Caleb Wilson, another double-double last night, 18 points, 12 rebounds, but 10 points coming from the free throw line. He wasn't great from the field, only 4 of 12, but get to the line. Find ways to put points up on the board. Henry Vasar had the big game yesterday, 24 and 13 for the center of the transfer from Arizona. 4 guys in double figures. And like you said, UNC, now, again, no Seth Trimble right now with the broken arm. Should be back anticipating within the next month or so. But in terms of rotation, you have your starting 5 with Caleb Wilson, Jaron Stevenson, Luka Bogovac, Kyan Evans, and Henry Vasar. Then off the bench, it's freshman Derek Dixon and then it's Jonathan Powell off the bench. That are getting high-volume minutes. Zayden High played 8 minutes yesterday, but you really are just getting just a couple of minutes here and there from everyone else. But right now, it's just, like you said, it's been 7 because of no Seth Trimble for UNC basketball. But UNC basketball, they have the tough one tomorrow. They're actually playing Michigan State at 4:30.
That's going to be a gorgeous game.
Yes.
By the way. And Henry Vasar, and by all means, has been the pickup of the portal, even more so than Darian Williams. I don't like saying that out loud because it's going to get some hate mail. But Vasar does everything you want from a big man, everything that the Heels were missing last year. He's versatile. He plays with aggression. He can step outside, and he's a very good passer. I think that might be the most underrated part of his game. But between him and Powell, their connection, that's pretty amazing. Normally, when you think of teams in the tournament that get really far, you always talk about guard play. Carolina might be a little bit different. They're figuring out their post play really quickly. And between Powell and Vasar, at least in my opinion, that's a pretty good 1-2 punch. And those are punches to the gut, not just punches to the arm.
Basketball here in the Triangle, it's pretty stacked coming up because Duke plays Arkansas tomorrow. Then eventually on Tuesday next week, they have Florida. And then after that, they also play Michigan State. Carolina has Michigan State tomorrow. Then they have Kentucky after that. NC State has Texas. And then their next game is against Auburn. Another top 25 team. I'm telling you, teams in the Triangle getting their money's worth. All right, that's number 2. Let's get to number 3 here on the starting 5.
Number 3.
We talk about quad 1 game tonight for NC State. We talk about, again, a quad 1 for with Michigan State playing UNC. You get a quad 1 game for Duke coming up. On the football side, again, that all matters when it comes to selection committees. Well, selection committees for college football, in terms of the college football playoff, I'm just going to say it, Paul. It's a room full of stooges when it comes to the selection committee for college football playoff.
What do you mean by stooges?
I mean, I'll let Peter Burns of ESPN talk about right now. The fact that Notre Dame is still ranked ahead of Miami, it's mind-blowing. But here's Peter Burns, SEC Network, ESPN, talking about Notre Dame still being ranked ahead of Miami.
I know I saw 70-7 with my own eyes. They looked incredible, right? And they've looked great. But at some point, you got to go, I just can't in good faith sit there and go, they have the same amount of losses, and I saw them with my own eyes play a football game, and Miami won. So, again, I understand why people are fired up, and rightfully so.
Yeah. Head-to-head should matter. Isn't that the reason why we play games? Is because of the scoreboard. The scoreboard is the ultimate determination of who actually is better, in my eyes. Especially head-to-head. Hey, which team's better? Do they play each other? Yeah. Who won? That team. Okay, pick them. It's not that complicated. The reason why, Paul, I say they're a room full of stooges is because, let's be honest, the College Football Playoff Committee just wants to sit there and go, we just like these 10, 12 teams. We just like them. Doesn't matter. We just like them. That's it. We'll find whatever justification we want to do in order to do that. It's simply just we like them. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just we like these brand names. We like these teams. They're fun, or at least they're supposed to be. That's it. It's plain and simple. Call it what it is. Call it what it is. Anyway, Miami did move up to number 12 in the college football playoff rankings. They moved ahead of Utah. Miami, their final game coming up against Pitt. They have to win it. I don't know. I'm not feeling optimistic about the ACC, Paul, but you never know. Ole Miss might lose this coming Friday in the Egg Bowl to Mississippi State because it seems like Lane Kiffin, their head coach at Ole Miss, is going to be leaving to go somewhere else. The fact that we're gonna wait till Saturday after the Egg Bowl to have a decision on Lane Kiffin's future. The fact that you're saying that out loud tells me he's gone. Am I the only one that's thinking that? That's just me.
No, you're not.
But maybe
you're not.
Maybe they lose. Maybe Oklahoma loses. I mean, if Notre Dame loses, I bet they'll move to 7. I'm sick and tired of it. Just sick and tired of it. It's just a popularity contest. Already over it, Paul. I think I'm also just upset at the fact that the ACC is just only going to get probably one team.
Welcome to the crossover. Welcome to the crossover, where you want to be so dialed into football going into this final week, rivalry weeks, big weekend, Thanksgiving, all about football. But here in the Triangle, we're dialed into ACC basketball all of a sudden, and that kind of hurts a little bit for football fans, I think, because you're like, we really want to be talking about how well State's doing, how well Carolina's doing, how well Duke is doing, the amazing turnaround of Wake Forest. We want that to be part of the narrative, and then all of a sudden comes sneaking in. Here comes Steve Forbes. Here comes John Shire. Here comes Hubert Davis. Here comes Will Wade. Oh, hey, you know what? We're just going to take that thunder from you and play some incredible basketball to lead off the season. Forget you, football. Basketball was where it's at. I think that's where it stings the most.
That's true. No lies detected there. It's the Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Dennis Cox sitting in for Tim Donnelly this afternoon. Paul Eihender sitting in for me, producing, even though Paul's the boss. It's a weird world that we have over here. It's almost Thanksgiving. We'll get you ready for Thanksgiving, but also something to get you ready for tomorrow. It's Canes hockey. The best team in town. It's the Carolina Hurricanes. There's one glaring thing about this team that needs to be corrected soon. I'll tell you about that in 2 minutes.
Number 1.
Lights are going up, snow is falling down. There's a feeling of goodwill around town. It could only mean one thing. McRib is here.
The McRib season gets even more magical when you pair it with any size Dr. Pepper for just $1.49. At participating McDonald's for a limited time. Price and participation may vary.
McRib is here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Still searching for the perfect gift? Look no further. Visit Bailey's Fine Jewelry in Raleigh's Village District, Omega Showroom. Each Omega timepiece is crafted in Switzerland with legendary precision. It's iconic, timeless, and unforgettable, just like the person you're shopping for. Make this holiday one they'll never forget. Visit Bailey's Fine Jewelry today for your perfect gift.
See if you're a winner every night. Watch live lottery drawings on WRAL TV's 11 o'clock news. That's right, Carolina Pick 3, Carolina Pick 4, and Carolina Cash 5 numbers every night on WRAL-TV's 11 o'clock news. See if you're a winner before you go off to bed. Get your lottery numbers live every night.
North Carolina Education Lottery.
Only on WRAL-TV's 11 o'clock news.
In today's world, financial wellness is more important than ever. I'm Amanda Mangum from Aspire Money Management, here to help you achieve peace of mind with your finances. Whether it's managing expenses, planning for unforeseen events, or investing wisely, we're dedicated to empowering you with knowledge and support. Take control of your financial health now. Visit AspireMoneyManagement.net to schedule your free consultation. That's AspireMoneyManagement.net. Together, we can help you pave the way to a more successful future.
Hope everyone's traveling safe for Thanksgiving if you're staying in town. Maybe you're going to the Carolina Hurricanes tonight. Taking on the New York Rangers right here on 99.9. The Fan is the place you can listen to Carolina Hurricanes hockey. 6:30 Storm Watch with Adam Gold, 7 o'clock puck drop. You can listen to that again right here on 99.9 The Fan, or you can check it out on the 99.9 The Fan app. You can download that. App Store, Google Play, you name it, 99.9 The Fan app. It's free. Just download it right there onto your phone, and you can listen to Canes games no matter where you are. So if you're traveling for Thanksgiving, bring the Canes game with you. It's pretty simple. There is a glaring thing. By the way, it's the Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Dennis Cox sitting in for Tim Donnelly this afternoon. Paul Ehander producing the show today. Paul, we did the research today so the people out there wouldn't have to. We all know that the Carolina Hurricanes power play right now is one of the worst in the NHL. Bottom 3 in the league. Just look at the percentages. Now, I will say this, though. Over the last 14 or so games, it's been better. It's about 20%. It's been a lot better. But still, overall in the season, it's not great. Obviously, you want that to be better. That goes without saying. But there's one key aspect of the power play that's actually holding this team back. What's the actual tangible thing that this team can do on the power play to fix it, other than more net front presence or shoot more? Well, of course, score more. That's what fixed the power play. It's not 100% the cure. Certainly net front presence, more movement of the puck, not just, moving your feet as well, but actual tangible thing. It's the face-off dot. The Carolina Hurricanes this season on face-offs on the power play, which, by the way, under Rob Brindamore, Paul, we have always heard about how face-offs are one of the most important things for that team. It's something he stresses and emphasizes about, starting with the puck. The Carolina Hurricanes are just 44.3% on the season when it comes to face-offs on the power play. I did the research so you all didn't have to, but in 22 games this season, basically the quarter mark, they're winning just 44.3% of face-offs, which often means the other team gets the puck, start the face-off, they dump the puck down the ice. Guess what you got to go do? You got to skate all the way back. Freddie Anderson's got to just stop the puck, leaves it for Shane Gostisbehere or whomever is in the lineup at that time. Leaves the puck for him. Now we got to pick up the puck. Now we got to carry it up the ice where everyone's swinging around, skating in circles for a bit to get momentum up the ice. And then now you got to try and get your way into the offensive zone. And if you don't get into the offensive zone, the other team gets the puck. They just send it right back down. They got to do the whole thing over again. And then we actually get the puck into the offensive zone. Now you got to retrieve the puck, hold on to it before you can even get a scoring chance. How long did it take me to explain all that, Paul? 45 seconds? Well, guess what? You just lost 45 seconds on your power play having to do that. So now, by the time you actually maybe get into the offensive zone, you might be a minute 15, maybe. And then you actually try and all right, let's get a couple passes and stuff together. Let's get guys moving around. We want to set up Svechnikov for a one-timer, so he's got to get to his spot or whatever it might be. Now you've killed even more time. So by losing faceoffs at this level, it's no wonder that your power play isn't capitalizing, which is also kind of perplexing as well when you think about it in the overall grand scheme of things, that the Carolina Hurricanes, in terms of scoring this season, are top 5 in the NHL in goals per game. but also have one of the worst power plays in the league. Oftentimes, teams with great power plays are often teams that have high goal per game average. It just makes sense, right? One kind of goes hand in hand with the other, but that's not the case with this Canes team. 5-on-5, they're great. Now, don't get me wrong. There are other factors as to why the power play can struggle. Again, lack of net front presence, lack of or too much passing up good opportunities, just not shooting the puck enough, maybe the structure of the power play. There are obviously some other things that can go into it, but none of that stuff is going to work. Like, you can't have a net front presence. You can't get shots on goal if you just simply don't have the puck in the offensive end. In 22 games this season, the Canes have been 50% or better. Again, I did the research. I got the stats to prove it. In 22 games this season, only 9 times have the Carolina Hurricanes been 50% or better on faceoffs on power plays. I'll say that again. In just 9 of 22 games, the Canes have been just 50% or better on faceoffs on the power play. Something to keep an eye on. Paul, if we can go and pull up the clip of Rob Brindamore talking about Sebastian Aho, let me know and have that available. So Sebastian Aho obviously is a big factor of that. So he's the center on that first power play unit. Logan Stankoven being the center on the second power play unit. And those guys obviously play a massive factor into these faceoffs. Now, there have been plenty of times where we've seen Sebastian Aho get booted from the faceoff, and then someone else has to come in and take it. That's obviously a factor in it as well. But in his 700 game tonight, Sebastian Aho is going to be counted on to do a lot. And even Rob Brindamore talked about there's still another level for Sebastian Aho to get to.
He's been such a treat to coach and watch him grow. He came in as just a kid, and now he's family man and all that. But his game has matured too, and I still think there's another level he can get to, and he's going to have to, especially tonight with Jordo out. Like, there's going to be a little more responsibility he's going to have to take on, and I think that's kind of the last little piece for him, and I know he's up for the challenge.
So in game 700 tonight for Sebastian Aho, which is crazy to think he's played 700 games already. It's a lot.
He still looks the same.
I know.
I'm like, I don't see a lot of facial hair on Sebastian Aho, even when he broke into the league and still now. It's just a finish thing, I think.
I guess. He's also a father now. So, he's also a dad, which is just, I was actually at his first game. I'm dating myself now. But I was at his first game back in the Bill Peters era. I know a lot of people have erased that from their memories, and rightfully so. But it's crazy to think, 700 games. But for this Canes power play unit, there is a lot that's going to fall on his shoulders and Logan Stankoven's shoulders. And Stankoven is getting back. I actually talked to him one-on-one in the locker room earlier today. We'll have some of that audio for you all a little bit later on in the show. And he talked about the adjustments at being a center in terms of things responsible in terms of the defensive side of things, still trying to get better at faceoffs. And unfortunately, it's just an on-the-job training type thing. Faceoffs is just, you just need a lot of repetitions with it. You can practice it all you want, but live game repetitions, it's on-the-job training, right? It's no different than quarterbacks in the NFL. You just need more reps. You just need to throw the ball more to get to improve. He just needs more of those live in-game reps. And I talked to him about that, but it's how he wants to continue to make improvements and needs to make improvements in that regard. So a lot of it's going to fall on the shoulders of those two guys to improve, again, 44.3% on faceoffs on power plays. If they can inch that up to 50, just be 50, you'll see this power play start to score more. Simple as that. You'll see this power play start to score more. You win the faceoff, you just simply get more zone time on your faceoff or on your power play. More zone time should bring more goals on the power play. So yes, we could talk about how the power play needs to be better. Well, as Tim Donnelly, the host of this show, would say, hey, we're solutions, folks, not problems. We can point out problems. What about solutions? Here's a tangible thing. Fix the faceoffs. Fix the faceoffs. Now, maybe, Paul, maybe they put Jordan Stahl out there. take some face-offs.
For every face-off?
For every face-off. Put them out there. You're a face-off specialist, like in
40
lacrosse.
40. Yeah, there you go.
You're lacrosse, like in lacrosse. You're a fogo is what they used to call it in lacrosse. A fogo. Face-off, then get off. He's not even playing tonight. He's unfortunately sick. Maybe he's back in time for Thanksgiving. He can put all the weight back on that he's lost from being sick from Thanksgiving tomorrow. It's The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Again, Canes action right here on 99.9 The Fan. Stormwatch starts in about 3 hours. I know it's weird to think, but 6:30 tonight, Stormwatch with Adam Gold. You'll hear from the head coach, Rob Brindamore, Canes color analyst, Trip Tracy coming up. You can listen to that right here on 99.9 The Fan or on the 99.9 The Fan app. It's a big-time area for college sports. It's a wonderful time for college sports here in the state of North Carolina, and we got to put some members on the Dean's List next.
Our state's future begins with our students. That's why the North Carolina Education Lottery has contributed over $12 billion to education. Through scholarships, school construction, support staff, and pre-K programs, lottery dollars move our state forward, helping students become the best versions of themselves. Visit movingncstudentsforward.com and share how your student or school community has benefited for a chance to earn $2,000 for your story. Must be 18 to play. Problem Gambling Helpline 877-718-5543.
It's bow time. Fumbling the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your whole crew faster than you can say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Planning a tailgate? Then it's bow time. Bojangles has everything you need for the perfect tailgate, no matter how many fans you're trying to feed. There's the original tailgate, the super tailgate, and for a really big crowd, the jumbo tailgate special. And if you like your chicken off the bone, choose the Supreme's tailgate special that includes 12 perfectly seasoned tenderloin fillets. So grab the tickets, get that Bojangles tailgate special, and go. It's bow time.
ESPN Bet is becoming the score bet this December. The same betting app you love with a new look and promos curated just for you. Existing ESPN Bet customers don't have to change a thing. Your account, wallet, and bets will all remain the same. Plus, kick things off right now by logging in and claiming a 100% profit boost. More action, more rewards, more for you. The Score Bet coming this December. 21 plus, gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
We know you're hot to see a Carolina Hurricanes game in person. Visit 999thefan.com or fire up the Fan app and enter to win a pair of tickets and parking for the Canes-Columbus game on December 9th. Check out our Hurricanes hot ticket giveaway at 999thefan.com.
This hour brought to you by Newcomb & Company, where your comfort is their business. Visit newcombandcompany.com.
I don't know this song, Paul.
You don't have children.
I would say I don't have kids. You do.
This is a group called the Saja Boys.
I'm sorry, the who?
The Saja Boys. They're demons.
Oh.
They're a demon boy band. So this is
I don't even know what that means. What is a demon boy band?
This is they're out to take over the world with their boy band pop.
Is this K-pop Demon Hunters?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yes. It's a banger.
My fiance might know this, actually. She might. I know she's at home listening. She might know this, actually. So it's the Saja Boys?
The Saja Boys. This is the chorus.
Oh, the My Little Soda Pop. Okay. She has mentioned this. She said, okay, all right. Now I understand things.
There you go.
Will the Saja boys make it on the Dean's List? We'll find out here next. Class is in session. By the way, it's the Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Dennis Cox sitting in for Tim Donnelly this afternoon. Paul Ihander on the ones and twos today. The Saja boys not on the Dean's List today. But here on the Dean's List, we like to celebrate college sports, obviously, and everyone that has impact or is connected with college sports in the state of North Carolina. That's what the Dean's List was created for. And Paul, just going to go ahead and start off right with it. I got to go with ACC women's soccer on the Dean's List. And in particular, 3 schools: Stanford, Duke, Florida State. The NCAA tournament for women's soccer is currently going on right now, and 3 ACC schools have made the Elite Eight of women's soccer: Stanford, Duke, Florida State. Stanford as a 1 seed, Duke as a 2 seed, Florida State as a 3 seed have all made it to the Elite Eight of women's soccer. Shout out ACC women's soccer right now.
Shout out.
Paul, do you have anyone to throw on the Dean's List?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
I do indeed.
Talk to me.
As we talk about football, and over at NC Central, who I've become very fond of the Eagles, actually. Basketball more than football.
Yeah.
But, yeah, football does their thing, too.
Hey, they won the Celebration Bowl just a couple years ago.
They did indeed, and that helped pay for, I believe, a brand new sound system and field amenities.
That's right. Actually, like the turf field there.
Right.
Like it's like the Deion Sanders field.
Exactly. Congratulations to Walker Harris, quarterback for the NC Central Eagles, who this year became the program's all-time single-season passer. 3,214 yards, 24 touchdowns on the season, 3rd in the FCS, and in the running to become MEAC Player of the Year, which will be announced in a few weeks.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff flies under the radar.
It really does.
So, Walker Harris, shout out to you, dude.
Dean's List. Dean's List. Anyone else you want to throw on the Dean's List?
No, that's the one I got.
Okay, that's the one. All right, that's perfect. That's totally perfect. I'm going to throw out college basketball teams playing during holidays, and also college athletic departments, or the people that work in college athletic departments that have to work during the holidays. So one of the things that we are seeing right now in Feast Week in college basketball right now, or in college sports, you see, like, for example, there's the Battle for Atlantis going on. You have the Maui Invitational. You have all the Fort Myers tip-off that UNC is in. And I think it's Duke's playing in I think it's the CVS Sports Classic, I think is what it is.
In Chicago.
All this stuff is taking place during the holidays. So shout-outs to, and on the Dean's List goes to every family member of these athletes, the athletes themselves and the coaches and the administrators and the support staff that aren't able to spend time with family during the holidays. Because believe it or not, one of the downsides of sports is that you do miss a lot of stuff. I used to coach college lacrosse. I did it for 9 total seasons. There's a lot of friends' weddings that I missed. There's some different family stuff that I missed. And during the holidays, there's someone that's got to go cover NC State basketball, or as a support staff that, okay, well, poor thing, you got to go to Maui, but still you have to work. And you're not there to spend time with family. You see it oftentimes in sports, with bowl games. You have a Christmas Eve bowl game. Yeah, it's cool that you get to go play a sport, but you are still missing time away from family. So on the Dean's List, I'm going to put everyone out there that is a support staff member, I'll even throw in the broadcast crews, because their time away from family as well. The broadcast crews, their support staff, the people that work behind the scenes, that when we get to sit at home or sit at work and we get to go turn on our televisions in the afternoon, I get to see college basketball or college football. Just keep in mind that there's someone behind the screen on the other side of the camera that you don't see that's working. That's away from family. So for every single one of those people, shout outs to you. You all make the Dean's List.
I got one more.
Okay, go.
I do have one more.
All right.
This is a crazy one. This is the Roosevelt University Lakers.
Okay, go on.
And this is the women's basketball team in an exhibition. This is an exhibition road win. The Roosevelt Lakers, who do not have like a logo or anything. Like when it comes to like matchups, they're the team that doesn't come with any backstory or history whatsoever.
So what's the school again?
It's the Roosevelt University. It's a private school with basically 2/3 of the student body is like a non-doctoral student. So like there's a student, 2/3 of the student body is like regular students, and then the other third are like doctoral students. They play football. They're like a D2 school. They played Western Michigan last night in an exhibition and defeated them 82-70.
Let's go.
They're one of their first games of the season. Their next game, get this, they got this win. They're going to sit around for a while. Their game against Trinity Christian was canceled because the Trolls, the Trinity Christian Trolls, canceled their season. So they hadn't actually played anybody. And they've been played shorthanded because of illness. They just hired a brand new staff like 4 months ago, and they beat a D1 team by 12 last night.
In an exhibition game.
In an exhibition game. Like, we just need someone to play. 82-70. In overtime. So,
props to them.
To the Roosevelt University Lakers women's basketball team, who had games canceled because the Trolls did not field the team.
The Trolls. That's
just hired a brand new staff. Well done. And I'm sure there's somebody out there in the YouTube channel that's going, yep, I know Roosevelt University in Chicago, Illinois.
That is, by the way, who cancels a basketball season?
Well, I guess if you name the Trolls.
Division II, yeah, one. That's mind-blowing. So shout out to Roosevelt. Is Roosevelt University, where are they located?
Chicago.
In Chicago. That's just, there's so much about that I'm very curious about, but I don't have time to dive into. I just don't have the time to dive into it. All right, that's the Dean's List. We'll dismiss the Dean's List. Again, shout out to everyone that made the Dean's List. And shout out to you, again, for listening here on The Drive here on 99.9 The Fan.
I got to find the bell. Where's the bell? Where's the bell? Let's see.
You got to just, it's a complicated thing. That's a goal horn.
Wait a second. There's crickets.
See, this is the one thing I think.
What do we got here?
By the way, Paul Ihander producing today is the host of Next Up from 9 to 10 on 99.9 The Fan.
Well, that's pretty good.
He's also our program director. So he said, hey, Dennis, you go ahead and host today. I'll go ahead and run the board for you as well. I think Paul is actually understanding everything that goes into what I do on a daily basis.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy back here.
There's a lot of buttons to push. It's okay. It's totally fine. We'll dismiss class after I tell the folks about this. Dennis Cox here for my friends over at Raleigh Weight Loss Center. As we all try and navigate this, case in point, where we just heard right now, trying to figure things out. What's the process of doing things the right way? How do I go about doing certain things? And a lot of people feel that way when it comes to the weight loss journey. And this is where Raleigh Weight Loss Center actually comes in to help you. They just give you a plan. Step by step. Follow this, you'll see results. It's simple. Follow this, you can see results. The Raleigh Weight Loss Center program has helped thousands of people lose anywhere between 10 to 20% of their body weight. I've lost 42 pounds. That's over 15% of my body weight through the program at Raleigh Weight Loss Center. I started the program 4 months ago. Not only did I lose that weight, I've maintained that weight loss as well. That's the thing that I appreciate the most about the program at Raleigh Weight Loss Center. It's to not only lose the weight, but it's to help you keep the weight off as well. That's what the program is designed to do. And if you're interested in the program, just give them a call, 919-897-7506, or visit RaleighWeightLossCenter.com. Set up a free 15-minute phone call. Again, it's a free 15-minute phone consultation. If you have questions, if you have concerns, maybe you have health restrictions, bring all that to the table. They can answer those questions for you. And by the way, when you sign up with the weight loss program at Raleigh Weight Loss Center, mention the promo code LOSEIT. That's right, lose it. You get 20% off. That deal is running this week all the way through Black Friday, this coming Friday, November 28th. Use the promo code LOSEIT, save 20% off. on that Raleigh Weight Loss Center program. Again, give them a call, 919-897-7506, or visit RaleighWeightLossCenter.com. Results may vary. It's the Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Dennis Cox sitting in for Tim Donnelly this afternoon. Paul Eihander producing the show today. We can't go an entire show without hearing from Tim Donnelly. Tim Donnelly is also the host of the Pack Therapy podcast. He is joined on that show by former NC State quarterback and former NFL quarterback Mike Glennon. And earlier this week on the Pack Therapy podcast, the two of them discussed, well, rivalry week. UNC coming into Carter Finley this Saturday in a big-time matchup here in the state of North Carolina. I say big time for the simple fact that it's a rivalry game. Rivalry games are always big time. So on the other side, we'll hear from Tim Donnelly and Mike Glennon breaking down NC State UNC football this coming Saturday. Next.
99.9 The Fan is partnering with the Salvation Army of Wake County for Team Up to Give.
We cheer together, we celebrate together.
And when our neighbors are struggling, we step up together.
Across Wake County, more of our neighbors continue to face nights without a safe place to sleep.
Your gift could be the one that turns the tide for a family in crisis.
So team up with us. Together we can make sure no one is forgotten. Team up, give hope, change lives.
Text GIVE to 919-860-5326 or go to teamuptogive.com to donate.
Dauntless Transmissions has been the trusted transmission shop in Raleigh for more than 27 years. But why do they call it Dauntless Transmissions? Well, dauntless means showing fearlessness and determination. Now, the experts at Dauntless Transmission are dauntless when it comes to caring for your vehicle. Whether that means a total transmission rebuild, complex engine or brake service, or just a routine tune-up, your vehicle will be dauntless when they're done with it. Visit DauntlessTransmissions.com. Dauntless Transmissions, your local source for exceptional service.
Hey, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm back with Coach Pete. There is something coming to Capital Financial Advisory Group involving crypto and how you can be involved, but it's super hush-hush right now. Coach, can you tell us anything else?
Well, let's just say this. So many people have been burnt trying to play crypto. They believe something they see on the internet. They try to put their money somewhere and it disappears. So if we could have professional money management around crypto where you wouldn't have to worry about your money disappearing through unscrupulous means, then this may be a fit for you to get the power of crypto without the risk of having bad things happen. Now, investments can go up and down, but you don't have to worry about your money disappearing for no apparent reason. So get on the list for when we have our original kickoff. We're going to do an event at the main office about the crypto managed accounts. So, Amanda, I guess you can just have people text now if they want to get on the waiting list for this great new invention that's coming.
Yes. Text Amanda to 600-700. Text Amanda to 600-700 and tell them you want to be on the wait list.
Amanda Daughtry is a paid spokesperson. Investment advisory services offered by Capital Financial Advisory Group, a North Carolina registered investment advisor.
It is a hockey night in Carolina. The Carolina Hurricanes taking on the New York Rangers tonight at the Lenovo Center. Puck drop for that game at 7 o'clock. 6:30 Stormwatch right here on 99.9 The Fan. We do need your first goal scorer predictions, by the way. So you can tweet at me at the Fan Rookie your first goal scorer predictions for tonight. Who scores first for the Carolina Hurricanes? You can also leave it in our YouTube live chat. Just search 99.9 The Fan on YouTube. Subscribe while you're there. It's a very fun online community that we have built. You can stream and watch the shows live directly there, interact with us. We've already had a couple predictions. We have Nikolai Ehlers' first goal scorer prediction in the first period. Also Seth Jarvis in the first period as well. First goal scorer prediction, so we need those predictions from you as well. But a big thing, obviously, we have Canes hockey, but a team that plays right across the street is NC State football, and they are welcoming in North Carolina, UNC the Tar Heels, Bill Belichick, coming into Carter Finley Stadium in a big-time rivalry matchup. And, well, there is actually something at stake in this game for North Carolina. North Carolina, with the win, gets to 5-7, and based off APR, academic progress rating, they could actually find their way into a bowl game potentially. Believe it or not, if they get to 5-7. Again, potentially. Doesn't matter if it's a rivalry game, though. Everything's at stake in a rivalry game. And two guys that could break it down, the guys that host the Pack Therapy podcast, former NC State quarterback Mike Glennon, and the man who hosts this show, Tim Donnelly.
It's feast week. It's rivalry week. It's all sorts of things in college football, and that means State hosting Carolina.
Actually, let's just start there. Mike, what's the way that you talk about the rivalry? You hear a lot of, what does this mean, or that from as somebody that's been inside it. How do you treat the UNC game?
Yeah, when I was in school, I mean, Tom O'Brien, he was great at kind of getting us ready for the UNC game, and whether it's perception or reality, was he made it feel like they think we're the little brother, and we're not going to let someone come into at home, come into our house and act like they're better than us. He would say the fan base thinks they're better than our fan base. The alumni thinks they're better than our alumni, whatever it is. And he would create this kind of, again, it's not like it's just him that thinks this. It's a lot of how the whole rivalry works. But basically, we're not going to let someone that thinks they're better than us come in and be better than us. We're going to be better than them. And it always felt like we took the game more serious, and I think that's carried over to the Dave Doran era, that it seems to take an SEC quote. It just seems to matter more. It seems like NC State gets up for the game more than Carolina does, and it is this big brother, little brother thing that they think they're better than us. And every year it seems like we come out with more energy and show them that that's not the case.
Obviously, this year it's Belichick's introduction to it. When he has his introductory press conference and he's saying like, "Oh, my little Billy's first words were beat Duke." As a State fan, were you, or a State obviously former player, were you sitting there going like, "That's the wrong one, Bill. You don't even know what you're walking into."
It's almost still weird for me that Bill Belichick's our coach. Like, it's almost like it feels like he's just like stepping into the role of the head coach. Like, he's not I get most coaches aren't, from the school, but he just seems so foreign to it that it's like, whatever. Like, he doesn't know any better.
Yep.
And I'm sure he knows that there's a rivalry and all that, but that's fine. I think that is more fuel to the fire. It kind of plays along with the same narrative that they think Duke's their rivalry and they don't consider us their rival. We're like, we clearly, there is no question who the biggest rivalry is with NC State. It's Carolina. If you ask Carolina who their biggest rivalry is, some may say Duke, some may say State, some may say, well, in basketball it's Duke and football it's State. Where for NC State fans, it's Carolina and everything. So I don't know. It's still just weird to me that Bill Belichick's their head coach, and it's almost like I gave him a pass. Like, oh, he's a Super Bowl winning coach. Like, what does he know about State Carolina?
Well, I do think that, and I've talked about my business idea where I'm going to start a business called 10 Minutes to the Podium, and all it means is coaches, athletes, and owners, 10 minutes before you go on the podium, give me a call, and I'm going to tell you like all of the things that are going to be asked of you and the most coach speaky answers to get in and out. I think that needed to happen. Same thing, James Franklin, when just took over at Virginia Tech, he referenced Enter Sandman as Enter the Sandman. And, had to basically apologize for it and say, like, I learned, I'll never make that mistake again. Like, there are certain parts of every college where it's like, here's 10 things. If you don't mess this up, you're good, right? Like, if you're the UNC coach and you mess up some of the rivalry talk, like, that's going to be a thing. And it's very easy to just avoid that, whether you've been spending your entire time in New England or not.
Yeah, it was a shaky start for Liam Cohen in Jacksonville when he's Duval.
Like, literally 10 minutes to the podium, get on the phone, be like, just nothing with a melody, just nothing where you need to have pitch to know what's going on, just in and out.
But now thinking about it, I wonder if that plays a role into why UNC doesn't take us as serious. Is they kind of do have two rivals, like, and how much can you go into that opening press conference and say how much you hate Duke and hate NC State? Like, do you almost have to pick one or the other? And he probably chose the wrong one because of the sport. Like, the Carolina basketball coach clearly has to say Duke. But I wonder if that's a little bit of why it's not as big a deal to them, is because they like kind of have two. They have two rivals where we have one.
Here's the way I look at it, and like my afternoon show, we cover the entire triangle. Obviously, this pod focuses on NC State. I think it is. Like, for the buzz, they do a lot of Duke UNC stuff. I think even if you ask UNC basketball players, they're like,
right.
Like the Duke game is more like national television.
Right.
but I hate red way more. Like I think that's and
that's probably fair. I think if you're from the state of North Carolina, that's probably true.
Mm-hmm.
If you're from outside of it,
that's a good point.
All you ever hear about growing up is Duke UNC basketball. I mean, it's considered one of the best rivalry in sports, but it's strictly from a basketball standpoint. But I think I
just don't think it has as much hate. I think it's actually going to change now with Will Wade, although they didn't win a big one against Seton Hall. I think a lot of the Duke UNC guys are all like playing Team USA together because they're all like 4 and 5 stars. And NC State, they're a little bit of the outsiders, a little bit about what you're saying. So they know each other too well. But that's a whole different conversation. Most importantly, the thing that makes something a rivalry is and gives you the leg up in the rivalry is winning the game. So obviously UNC, I'll give you the quick breakdown, everybody. Defense has gotten 1,000 times better for Carolina from the beginning of the year. Offense still lagging behind. Quarterback Gio Lopez probably in over his head a little bit, although he played better against Duke this past week than he's played in a while. For NC State, going into this game from a football standpoint, kind of what's your breakdown?
Yeah. Well, I know Carolina's gotten better throughout the year. I still think that
specifically on defense. Yeah. I don't know if they've improved on offense a ton.
And again, I think that plays to NC State's advantage. But I think NC State's a better football team to start out and then play in the rivalry at Carter Finley at 7:30 at night. I think this is a game that NC State just comes out and plays really well. And again, I know the defense played better against Florida State, but with Carolina's offense not lighting up the scoreboard, I think it just sets up well. You know, I guess it's our strength versus their strength, their weakness versus our weakness. But at the end of the day, I think our strength is better than their strength, speaking about our offense and going against their defense.
Talk about the rivalry and it meaning more to people in the state of North Carolina. Was this game a little bit more – because it's obviously Thanksgiving week. The out-of-town alumni or student base, right, they're going home, but the ones from around here, they're staying and filling the stadium. Is it like almost like for the ones that grew up in it?
Well, I talked to someone and they're like, it was a student or someone that was friends with a student. They're like, it's actually good that 7:30 night game allows the students to kind of get back in town.
Okay.
But I think there's enough
Saturday
people,
morning travelers.
Yeah. I think there's enough. One of the beauties of NC State is living in this city like Raleigh that there's a lot of local students, and then there's enough local alumni, and so it's going to be a great atmosphere. Look, we're again Georgia Tech 4-4, NC State 4-4. Place looks sold out. Florida State coming off a bad loss against Miami. You're 5-5. Place looks sold out. I mean, NC State fans are great in that regard, and that they're going to show up every week. And if there's one game that they're going to show up for, it's going to be this one.
And if there's a little extra added incentive here, I know that with UNC's loss to Duke, they can't get to 6 wins. But there's been some reporting out there that they're number 1 in the APR, the academic progress rate that judges if there aren't enough 6-win teams to make a bowl. They go to the 5-win teams with the highest APR. So 4-win teams with the highest APR don't mean anything. So if you win this one,
5, okay.
You need to get to 5, and then it's that ranking. So you get to kind of completely end their season with a win, which obviously feels good in a rivalry. Mike, before we move on, if blank happens, we end most of our pods with this. If blank happens, then NC State gets the win. I assume they're going to be favored, but in a rivalry game, you throw out all the numbers, so I won't say they have to cover. They just got to win outright. If blank happens, then NC State wins the game.
Yeah, I think if NC State scores more than 24 points, they win this game. I don't think Carolina's offense is good enough to score more than that, and to be quite frank, I think NC State's offense probably scores closer to 35 in this game. So I think State wins this game. We say it every year. Dave's going to have some great soundbite after the game. Might have a red Solo cup in his hand, and things. The feelings are going to be high leaving the stadium at Carter Finley.
All right, I'm gonna let you in on some broadcaster inside stuff here. Play-by-play guys, a lot of times, they've thought of their final calls like the do you believe in miracles? Yes, like they know if I ever have that game, I'm going to, this is the one you dream of, the game, whatever. Like they have their call. Do you think the Dave stuff to UNC is completely off the cuff, or do you think he's like running by the family or the mirror, right, when he's shaving.
I bet naturally throughout the course of the year, there's thoughts that pop into his head of what he can use as ammo for that moment. So I'm sure it's a little off the cuff, and then there's a little bit of let me pull this out of my back pocket that I've been hanging on to for 12 months since we're approaching 12 months since they hired Bill Belichick.
I was going to say there's he's not playing the Miami Dolphins out there.
Yeah.
Like there's got to be something, right? No Chad Pennington's over here.
Yep.
I don't know why Chad Pennington would catch the ricochet shot.
So that's a cut of Pack Therapy, which you can download and listen to wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Also, you can listen to it on the 99.9 The Fan app. That's right. We have an app, folks. 99.9 The Fan app. It's free. Apple, Google Play, you name it. It's available there for you. I'm excited, Paul. I know you're going to be at the game this coming Saturday, correct? NC State, UNC?
I shall be there, yes.
I will be there as well. I like to try and get to at least, when it comes to football, at least 2 games of every team in the Triangle every year. Like to get to a couple NC State games, get out to Chapel Hill for a couple UNC games, get out to Cameron, well, obviously for basketball, but I like to get out to Wallace Wade for Duke football as well. Get out to at least 2, especially when they're playing schools in state, makes it even better as well. I love the college sports that we have in the state of North Carolina. It's absolutely awesome. It's The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Dennis Cox sitting in for Tim Donnelly this afternoon. Paul Eihander producing the show today. A team that I will be attending and watching this coming Sunday is the Carolina Panthers. I'm not very optimistic about this coming Sunday for the Panthers as they take on the LA Rams. And frustration from previous weeks it's boiling over for me. I'll explain next.
Hey, it's Desmond Howard. You want to win the weekend? It all starts with the tailgate. And for me, that means Kingsford Charcoal.
They've been bringing the flavor, the smoke, and the heat since 1920. No wonder they're still the gold standard of grilling. So fire it up, feed your crew, and let the smoke do the talking. Kingsford, the king of the tailgate. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Presenting A Gain Flings Love Story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
Global Golf, home of the best deals in golf, is Black Friday dealing this week with an additional 15% off all pre-owned clubs. Golf bags starting at $100, apparel starting at $15, golf shoe deals starting at $50, and great savings on GPS watches and rangefinders. Get these special deals and more only at the Global Golf Outlet Store located on 7320 ACC Boulevard, North Raleigh. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6. Global Golf, home of the best deals in golf.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Getting hurt in a car wreck comes with all kinds of stress and frustration. But when you call me, I'll be on top of all of it. So all you need to worry about is getting better. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I'm on top of it. Contact us at ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
I'm WRAL meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner. We're looking at increasing sunshine through the afternoon, a bit breezy and warm with highs in the mid-70s. Closer to lunchtime, we may see an isolated thunderstorm in our eastern counties, and we'll see clearing throughout the afternoon. Overnight low near 40 degrees, and tomorrow for Thanksgiving Day will be nice and sunny but chilly, with highs only in the mid-50s.
Weather brought to you by Newcomb & Company, where your comfort is their business. Visit newcombandcompany.com. A check of your money. Here at 4 o'clock, the Dow Jones finished up 366 points today to 47,479. The NASDAQ also up 189 points. The S&P 500 up 46.
Let's move the chains. Time for Football at 4.
It's The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Dennis Cox sitting in for Tim Donnelly this afternoon. Paul Ihander producing the show today. And as Tim Donnelly would say, Football at 4, you could set your watch by it. We're talking pigskin. I'm actually going to give you all a little bit of a kind of, I guess you say, a preview of this week's edition of Panthers Playbook. Myself and Chris Lee, WRAL TV. We actually recorded the episode this morning. Drops at 7 a.m. Don't worry, folks, just because it's Thanksgiving, we still have episodes dropping for you. But we always have 7 a.m. episode drop for you all every single Thursday during the course of the year. And a big theme about this past Monday night loss was missed opportunities. And Dave Canales, actually, we'll go and just bring the audio up to you right here. This is actually Dave Canales yesterday talking to the media. We'll go to that third cut, Paul, about the frustration missed from chances on Monday Night Football. Because let's be honest, the Carolina Panthers had plenty of chances to take advantage of the game on Monday.
We feel like that collectively. We feel like we missed some opportunities, especially the way the defense was playing in the first half. We could have capitalized on those things, and I expect that to happen in the future. You know, those are the things we talk about as a group, you know, to cash in on the turnovers that happen, you know, and offensively to take care of the ball, to eliminate those types of things, because it leads to points, and we can do a better job there. 0 for 2 in the red zone, 1 for 7 on third down. Those are critical areas to extend drives, to come away with points, and we got to do better there.
1 of 7 on third down, 0 for 2 in the red zone, 3 points off of 3 turnovers in the first half. You had the opportunity as a team on the road against a team ahead of you in the playoff standings, in the San Francisco 49ers, to bury them early, to put them in a position where they had to lean on the quarterback who threw 3 interceptions in the first half. Not saying Brock Purdy couldn't do it. I mean, Brock Purdy's had success so far in his career, but the point is this: you put stress on your opponent. But to quote Dennis Green, you let him off the hook. You let him off the hook. And that loss has a ton of frustration that carries with it, because there's no forecasting what week to week is going to look like in the NFL when it comes to what your personnel is looking like. By the way, the Carolina Panthers in that game lost J.C. Horn, their star defensive back, to a concussion. They also lost Claudin Cherlis, one of their backup inside linebackers, who actually was playing really well. Lost him to a concussion. You're already without your starting 2 off-ball linebackers. You also had your backup corner who was filling in for J.C. Horn go down with a broken fibula in Corey Thornton. So now you're super thin on the back end. Oh, and also Trayvon Merrick did a selfish thing and decided to punch Jawan Jennings right in the U-nose in the game and got suspended for a game. So now you're already depleted on defense. You got even more thin, and now you have to go into a game against the best team in the NFL, arguably. Good luck. And the reason why I said teasing into this segment, while opportunities were missed and frustrations of weeks past are carrying over into this game, because you go back a couple of weeks ago when you lost 17-7 to the Saints. Everyone on that team, fan base, everyone around it, they went on the road at Green Bay, put the pressure on them, and you came out with a win. That was supposed to be like the turning point for this team. Hey, we can compete with the big guys. Because I heard so much from Panthers fans last year about, man, they almost beat Kansas City and they almost beat Philadelphia. The 2 teams that played in the Super Bowl, almost. And I had to remind Panthers fans, yeah, and you still almost lost to the Giants in overtime. You also almost lost to the Cardinals in overtime. You also had to go into overtime with the Falcons last year. Like 3 of your wins last year were in overtime against teams that were picking ahead of you in the draft for the most part. Again, all things to keep in mind. But a lot of people And myself had a little bit of this inclination too. I was like, maybe that was the win that this team needed to take it over the hump. And then you laid the egg against the New Orleans Saints. A game that let's be honest, you should not have lost that game. That's the game we heard about reports about the team getting a little bit ahead of themselves, the team, feeling too good, not a great week of practice, and then you lay the egg. But now that loss could have been that cushion, because if you win the game against the Saints and then you do what you did against the Atlanta Falcons, winning that game in overtime, now you were ahead in the division at 7-4, which now in case, as opposed to being 6-6, you'd be 7-5 right now. And you know what they're sitting there saying? Hey, you know what? You had the cushion to take that loss because you're still in control. It's hard to say the Panthers are really in control right now because if you look ahead at their schedule, they have the Rams coming up. Then they get a bye week. They have Tampa Bay. You have New Orleans. You have Tampa Bay again. That's not easy. Whereas at Tampa on the other side, I understand that Baker Mayfield's got the sprained left shoulder, the AC joint sprain. We'll see how that all plays out. But they have Arizona. They have Atlanta. They have Miami. They have the Panthers twice. And Panthers are going to have to win. Of their final 5 games, they're going to have to win 4. Oh, and by the way, you have Seattle in the mix there too if you're Carolina. You're going to have to win 4 out of 5 to close this one out, to have a chance to win the division. That's the only way in. The loss to the San Francisco 49ers, by the way, it puts you out of the wild card. It just simply does. Because now you have the head-to-head loss against the San Francisco 49ers. Good luck catching them. And by the way, your offense simply isn't good enough to keep up with the Rams. Just not. By the way, the Rams, a lot of people like to point, Paul, one of my biggest frustrations when it comes to sports, when people say, oh, this is like the 8th rated defense in the league or the 9th ranked defense in the league. And I say, based on what? And they say yards. I'm like, that's it? That you're basing it simply off of yards? I'm like, because some people say, well, they're going to play the Rams, the 9th ranked defense in the NFL. And I said, again, based off what? I'm like, they say yards. I said, well, actually, they're number 1 in the NFL in points allowed per game. They're number 1 in the NFL. I'm sorry, number 2 in the NFL in red zone scoring defense in the entire NFL. They also are, 9th in yards per game, but they're 4th best in third down defense. I'm like, that's not 9th ranked defense in the NFL. That's top 2-3 in my eyes. That's how I view it.
Their defense doesn't have to play. I'm talking about the Los Angeles Rams.
The Rams.
If you're making this point. Mm-hmm. Their defense doesn't have to play as hard because their offense leads that way. And the offense gives them a lot more opportunity for that defense to take chances, to offer more blitz packages, to offer more pressure. They can go cover 0 at times and make other teams lose. Make other teams lose in those situations. They've only lost twice this season, and they have gone through a myriad of injuries. And what happens on that? What happens when the Rams get hurt, unlike other teams? It feels like they actually get better because the guys that are behind them, that second man up, next man up, whatever you want to say, are just as prepared for the moment as that rest of that squad is. The Rams, for a lot of folks, are surprising a lot of people, which is the weirdest thing to me based on the division that they're in, because everybody knows what Seattle provides. Everybody knows what San Francisco provides. And the Rams being in that mix, you knew what you were getting out of Matthew Stafford. Everybody just didn't want to say it out loud because they wanted to say, he's breaking down. His back's not what it was. He's not going to be able to click with Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is a great receiver. And Puka Nacua runs routes that no one else can run. He's one of the smartest twitch players when it comes to receivers in the NFL. And just, Kyron Williams, Blake Corum.
Good luck.
They know exactly what to do with every person on that team, and they don't go away. They don't divert from the plan more than anything else. Sean McVay gets that. He gets that as a head coach. It's what other coaches have to learn over a course of a lifetime of coaching. He just picked it up a lot quicker than others.
He's been doing it for a long time and at a high level for a long time. It's still amazing how young he is just in his actual physical age, but he's been doing it for so long. And speaking of sticking to a plan, Dave Canales actually, when he talked to the media yesterday, we'll go to that first cut about the how the run game wasn't utilized. Again, Rico Dowdle, 6 carries against San Francisco. 6. Now, granted, you only ran 43 plays, but maybe you can sustain drives if you, I don't know, ran the football, Paul. This is actually Dave Canales on the run game not being utilized and that falling on him.
Offensively, just could not get our rhythm going. And really, it just started off with the run game. I have to make sure that comes alive. That's a part of who we are. It's a part of what we believe in. And we have 2 great backs that contribute to this team. The offensive line was blocking well, and that was a missed opportunity by me, and I'll do better in that regard. But in general, we had some opportunities to make this game, a lot closer, even as we were battling ourselves back into it.
All right, Dave. Well, he was asked, did you abandon the run too early?
Yeah, not too early, just in general, David. I think that's the part that I can take an accountability for, is making sure that it's a part of it throughout the process, throughout the game. It gives us great balance, and I love to give the ball to Rico, love to give the ball to Chuba, so that they can make an impact on the game in their own way.
Okay. At some point, Paul, if you're going to say you're going to be about something, and you're 12 games into the season, and we're still questioning if you actually really are about it, are you actually about it?
It's your favorite pizza place that opens up, and after about a month, they start serving other things, and you're like, I'm just here for the pizza. Give me the pizza. It's what you do best.
Mm-hmm.
The Panthers, give me the run. It's what you have been doing the best. Lean on it until it fully breaks, at least for me. I'm like, because I'm not sure what you're trying to accomplish with Bryce Young, trying to take the lid off of defenses, which doesn't happen very often. That feels like such a special moment for Bryce Young when he throws deep. It's like, oh my goodness, he threw the ball 30 yards in the air. Did they catch it? Maybe.
But it's a frustrating thing when you look at this Panthers team, and just it's a continued repetitive thing. At some point, you want to see that turn. And we just haven't seen it yet. Don't worry. 4:45. I got the notes here, folks. I did the research so you didn't have to. As my good friend Chris Lee on Panthers Playbook would say, Bryce Young and Dave Canales, it's like oil and water. They don't mix. And it's clearly is not working together. It's The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Dennis Cox sitting in for Tim Donnelly this afternoon. Paul Ihander producing the show today. By the way, coming up, we'll have your first goal score predictions. It is a hockey night in Carolina. The Carolina Hurricanes at home tonight, taking on the New York Rangers. 6:30 Storm Watch with Adam Gold right here on 99.9 The Fan. 7 o'clock puck drop. You can listen to all that here on The Fan or on the 99.9 The Fan app. So if you're traveling for the holidays, you can take the game with you, folks. You don't have to miss a second of the action. We got you covered. So we're going to have first goal score predictions. We're going to have Hurricanes and Cons, but also on Wednesday, we have a blind ranking. I have no idea what Paul Ihander is going to have me blind rank on the show today. I'm kind of scared. Next.
Pack Therapy is in session, thanks to First Horizon Bank. It's Tim Donnelly from 99.9 The Fan, alongside legendary Wolfpack play caller Mike Glennon.
Every episode of Pack Therapy is your chance to get dialed in with inside information on your team.
We'll set you up for every Wolfpack game all season long.
And we'll break down every contest, what went right and what could have worked better.
Plus, special guests to keep Wolfpack hope alive.
Follow and subscribe to Pack Therapy wherever you discover your favorite podcasts, and watch every episode on YouTube.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Or are they promising you up to 10% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Call Trajan today, 919-205-9800. That's 919-205-9800.
Annuities not advisory products. DBA Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions. Additional disclosures at trajanwealth.com.
It's The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Dennis Cox sitting in for Tim Donnelly this afternoon. By the way, we just had our Football at 4 segment talking about Carolina Panthers. Again, kind of early look into the weekend in terms of them playing the LA Rams. On the injury side of things, the official injury report hasn't come out yet for the Carolina Panthers. Oftentimes they wait till the West Coast team because of the time zone differential, so they kind of release at the exact same time. But Dave Canales, the head coach of the Panthers, did say that he does expect inside linebacker Trevin Wallace to be available this week. So again, we'll see. I'm sorry, Trevin Wallace. My apologies. Who did I say? Dave Canales.
Dave Canales.
Dave Canales said Dave Canales should be available this week. Good, I hope so. You're calling
Canales
plays,
should be
right?
available, but not Mulrig, clearly.
No, Trayvon Merrick will not be available.
What about J.C. Horn?
J.C. Horn and Claude Chairless on concussion protocol. It's a little bit more difficult because of the shortened week to figure out in terms of are you able to clear concussion protocol. To me, it doesn't sound optimistic. It just doesn't.
Chandler Zavala, he still have all his calves?
He's dealt with a lot of injuries, has Zavala. Unfortunately, the former NC State guard, he's just dealt with injuries. It's just constant. He gets back in there for a game, something else pops up. Misses a couple games, gets back in there, something else pops up. It's just
Dennis, you're a Panthers guy.
Yeah.
Where's Hunter Renfrow?
On the bench.
Why?
There aren't enough targets to go around.
I don't need everyone to have the participation trophy
I agree.
for the Panthers in the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
Give Tedderone McMillan 50%.
Sure.
Everybody else can have the rest. But if everybody else isn't catching the ball, don't you think that healthy scratch isn't the right thing for Hunter Renfrow? For me, at least?
I think the reason behind that is Jimmy Horn Jr. gives you an element of speed that the team doesn't have.
That they're not using.
There's also that, too. I agree. Okay, so I did the research on this. Again, did the stats so you all didn't have to. When Bryce Young throws less than 30 passes in his career, including this past Sunday, the Panthers are 8-7. 8-7. So going into the game against Atlanta, at the game, so there's 5 games going into Atlanta where Bryce Young had thrown for less than 30 passes. There were 4 in one of those games. If you look at the stat line on the average of those 5 games, it was somewhere around the line of like 15 of 24 for 137 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 turnover, average. That was basically the winning formula for the team. 15 of 24 for 137 yards. Okay, because you're factoring in the 11 of 20 for 102 yards in the win against Green Bay. You're also factoring in like a 17 of 25 for 199 against Dallas. All those things that you're taking into consideration. So if you look at the winning formula, 15 completions is what he was averaging in 5 games. About 4 of those were being caught by Tedderone McMillan. So then you only have about roughly 11 completions to go to everyone else. If you're only throwing the ball 24 times and your plan is to run the ball more, Hunter Renfrow is not going to be there as part of your run blocking scheme. Whereas Jalen Coker will be. Or you're going to go heavier with at least 2 tight ends. So I just don't think that the reps are out there. And if there's an injury on a kick return, Jimmy Horn can fill in for that. I think that's the reason why, but I don't know. I know you're a Hunter Renfrow guy.
I am.
I have major questions about Dave Canales, and again, we'll discuss where that.
Did you notice that the Carolina Panthers, who we talk about a lot, and want to bite the hand that feeds you, right?
Yeah.
Notice how we haven't had very many coffees with Canales. They had one really interestingly overproduced. Hey, let's go have coffee with Dave Canales, and maybe it was just for Latino heritage or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But that lasted all of one episode.
They didn't do a second?
I'm not sure if it's not showing up on my algorithm or people just don't really care to have coffee with Dave Canales.
So, by the way, that was something the Carolina Panthers, the organization, was putting out as their own content. Coffee with Canales. Oh, boy. Okay. You know what? In about 20 minutes or so, again, as I will say, it's not working with Bryce Young and Dave Canales.
You're getting red, Dennis.
I'm wearing a red shirt. It's Canes night.
It is.
It's a hockey night in Carolina.
I want to get you fired up before Thanksgiving, man. Keep up your appetite at least.
Got to keep the metabolism going.
Yes,
Paul.
for sure.
Got to keep the metabolism going. You know what? It's Wednesday. We like to have fun on Wednesday. It's the middle of the week and you're ready for Thanksgiving. This is a segment we like to do. It's called a blind ranking. So here on the blind ranking, Paul is going to give me a category. I don't know the category, and he's going to give me 5 different items blindly, and I have to rate them 1 through 5. But I don't know what the next thing is going to be. So he's not going to just give me 5 things, and I just got to rank them. No, it's a blind ranking. I don't know what's coming next. Paul, what's today's category? I literally don't know what's happening. I asked Paul, I say, hey, earlier today, hey, you cool to do a blind ranking? He's like, I already got a category for you. And I'm not going to lie, got a little scared.
Yeah, you might want to be.
Okay.
You might want to be.
So what's the category of the blind ranking?
All right, so here's the bit. As blinding lights goes through. So here's the deal. Blind ranking, we know how this works. I give Dennis 5 things. He gets to rank them 1 through 5 in order of awesome factor. I think that's the best way to put it.
All right.
And I just shout out random things that come along with one common theme. And today's blind ranking, Dennis, we are ranking 5 individuals of entertainment and sports who were all born in the great state of South Carolina.
Oh, God.
Are you ready, Dennis?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Blind ranking. Okay, these are in no particular order whatsoever. We will start. Born in the great state of South Carolina. And I could have cheated on this, by the way, and I'll explain after this is over. Vanna White.
Oh, Vanna?
The host of Wheel of Fortune.
Wait, Vanna? Vanna's from South Carolina?
Vanna White is from South Carolina.
Oh, I lost some respect for her now. Ugh. I love Vanna. I love watching Wheel of Fortune. My fiance, we love Jeopardy. We love watching Wheel of Fortune because we just enjoy puzzle games and things like that. Vanna White's from South Carolina. I did not know this.
Vanna White. First on the list, blind ranking. Got to rank it 1 through 5.
Vanna's up there.
Order of awesomeness.
Vanna's up there. I'm going to go 2 with Vanna White.
2?
Because everyone
Vanna
does,
White.
I'm going to do my best Vanna White impression and, display whatever something might be, or even, opening the cabinets. Do my Vanna White.
Okay.
So, Vanna White, I'll go 2.
Okay. Vanna White. Number 2. All of these fine individuals of entertainment and sports born in the great state of South Carolina. Our next selection, Dennis. Kevin Garnett.
KG. I didn't realize KG was born in South Carolina.
Kevin Garnett.
Anything's possible, I guess. Kevin Garnett. I actually enjoyed watching him when he was with the Minnesota Timberwolves. I actually really did. He had a heck of a career. But I'm gonna go with 4 for Kevin Garnett.
4 for Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett.
Okay.
Kevin Garnett's gonna go 4.
We've gone 2 here in the blind rankings here on the drive with Tim Donnelly.
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Cox is doing his best to grit his teeth here. All born in the great state of South Carolina. Vanna White, 2. Kevin Garnett, 4. How about Aziz Ansari?
Aziz Ansari. Okay, I didn't realize he was born in South Carolina.
Born in South Carolina.
That's a good one.
Went to school there.
Aziz Ansari. I thought his character as Tom Haverford in Parks and Rec was absolutely hysterical.
He skipped 1st and 2nd grade.
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
Aziz Ansari. Aziz Ansari's had he's done a lot of different stuff. Obviously, again, Tom Haverford on Parks and Rec was a great character. Treat yourself. He's obviously done pretty well with stand-up. He's also done some movies and stuff as well. I
know you're holding off.
I can't put him ahead of Vanna White.
Okay.
I can't put him ahead of Vanna White. The question is, do I put him below Kevin Garnett or ahead? I'm going to go Aziz Ansari's number 3.
3 for
so Aziz Ansari. Okay, so you give me Vanna White first. I put Vanna at 2. You give me Kevin Garnett. I put him at 4. And Aziz Ansari, I'm going to go with number 3. So that leaves me open 1 and 5.
All right, this is the blind ranking of 5 individuals, entertainment and sports, born in the great state of South Carolina. Here is your next one,
Okay.
Dennis Cox. Darius Rucker.
5. The man stole Wagon Wheel. Darius Rucker goes 5. By the way, if anyone ever wants to play Wagon Wheel, you play the Old Crow Medicine Show version, or you play none at all. I don't want to hear the Darius Rucker version of that song ever again. You play the Old Crow Medicine Show version, or you don't play it at all. Because that song is from a guy who's from Virginia. I've interviewed Catch the Core, the lead front man of Old Crow Medicine Show. I did it for Culture State, for this company. A guy that was from Virginia. He says all about he wanted to get to North Carolina. It's about traveling from up north, down to North Carolina. And the guy from South Carolina stole it, and everyone's like, oh, yeah, that's a great song by Darius Rucker. No, it's a cover. Darius Rucker's 5.
Chris on our YouTube channel says his mother went to school with Vanna White.
I would love to see that. I want to see that yearbook. I want to see that yearbook. For real.
All right, it's our blind ranking here on
Darius
99
Rucker's 5.
99 The Fan. It's our getaway day, right? It's Wednesday's a getaway day for a lot of folks. All born in the great state of South Carolina, entertainment and sports. At number 2, we have Vanna White. Number 3, Aziz Ansari. Number 4, Kevin Garnett. Number 5, Darius Rucker. You have saved, apparently, the best for last. South Carolina native. Born and raised. And rest in peace, Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman.
Oh, that's absolutely
Boy,
number 1.
Look at you.
Absolutely number 1.
Look at you. Oh, my goodness.
This is a perfect blind ranking, folks. I just want to let you know that this is a perfect blind ranking. This is a perfect blind ranking. Chadwick Boseman, number 1? Absolutely. Rest in peace, the Black Panther himself. Chadwick Boseman, number 1. Absolutely fantastic actor. Vanna White, pop culture icon. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Pop culture icon.
Yep,
Everyone knows who
absolutely.
Vanna is.
Yep.
Aziz Ansari, great comedian. Again, I really love Tom Haverford in Parks and Rec. Kevin Garnett, really good basketball player. A lot of people didn't like those Celtic team. Whatever. Don't care. Really good basketball player. And Darius Rucker at number 5 stole Wagon Wheel. Stole all the thunder of Wagon Wheel. Perfect blind ranking. He deserves to be number 5. This is a perfect blind ranking, Paul.
We had some options,
This is a perfect blind ranking.
Yeah, there were plenty of options. You know, Chris Rock was born in South Carolina.
Was he really?
Yeah. Migrated north with the family like the Snowbirds. Or reverse Snowbirds.
Yeah, I guess you could say,
Chris
yeah.
Rock. Stephen Colbert, also.
Oh, okay.
From South Carolina as well. Zion Williamson.
Hey, Zion, I did know was from
Also
Spartanburg.
on that list, although, he was born in Salisbury.
That's true. Actually, he was born in North Carolina, but grew up in Spartanburg.
So there is that. So there's a lot of athletes and things like that. But this was kind of the Will Patton, the actor. Will Patton. He was in Armageddon.
Oh yeah.
A character actor opposite Bruce Willis. A lot of movies for him. So there you have it. Blind ranking. Well done.
Will Patton, also the Coach Yost.
Yeah, Coach Yost, and remember the
Titans.
So yeah, there were a lot of sports links on this list and a lot of pop culture. There's no doubt about it.
I'm surprised you didn't say Xavier Lee Gett.
There are a lot of South Carolina pitchers and wide receivers and kickers. Chandler Catanzaro. I mean, it was a deep roster. These were the strongest 5, I believe.
Okay,
at least for a blind ranking.
For a blind ranking, that's pretty good. Again, people born from the state of South Carolina, that's pretty good. So again, blind rank. You gave me Vanna White first. I said 2. You gave me Kevin Garnett. I said 4. Aziz Ansari, I said 3. Darius Rucker, I said 5. Left Chadwick Boseman there for number 1. That's perfect. That's perfect. Can't complain about that.
Ray Allen, too. Ray Allen, also South Carolina.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. Amazing the state that you despise so much brought us so much joy.
Well, it's not my fault their barbecue sucks. Mustard-based crap. Get that out of here. It's the Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Dennis Cox sitting in for Tim Donnelly this afternoon. Paul Ihander, producer of the show today. Before we get into hurricanes and cons, on game days we like to do first goal scorer predictions. So first goal scorer prediction, who scores the first goal tonight for the Carolina Hurricanes and in what period? Just for the sake of time and stuff, we won't take calls on this. And I know normally we do, but we're getting submissions from people. But, Paul, real quick, who is your first goal scorer prediction tonight for the Carolina Hurricanes as they host the New York Rangers at Lenovo Center?
Jackson Blake.
Jackson Blake?
Jackson Blake.
Okay.
I get burned every time that I don't pick Jackson Blake.
Right.
So I think I need to pick Jackson Blake.
You have a period?
This is a first period score, by all means, and this is a 5-on-5. Him on a rush, like it might be him by himself. I'm not sure there's a tip or any sort of delivery from a Stankoven or an Ehlers or whatnot. I see Jackson Blake more and more pulling out in front of guys and trying to bury them. That he's going to start burying more and more of these as seasons get on and as he continues to grow within the Kane system. I think he might be one of the most aggressive players with a puck. If we didn't have a Seth Jarvis on this team, I would suggest that Jackson Blake might be the most kind of like guy that like hammers stuff home. And I'm talking, and remember, we're talking over guys like Andrei Svechnikov. We're talking guys like Logan Stankoven, who loves himself a shot literally dead center in front of any goalie in the NHL. Like if Logan Stankoven is standing 10 to 12 feet away from the goalie and he's right in the middle of the ice, and watch for it. Like that's where he gets a lot of opportunity. I just wish he had like that knuckleball finesse or something like that to power it through. So that's why I pick with Jackson Blake, because I think he is the second coming of an Aho, but more of a freight train Sebastian Aho than anything else.
Okay, actually,
I know that was an awful lot.
No, it's actually perfect because we actually have a soundbite. I talked to Logan Stankoven today earlier. I one-on-one in the locker room at Kane's morning skate, and I asked the question. We'll go to that second Stankoven cut about how the line with him, Blake, and Nikolai Ehlers using their speed to their advantage as a line.
I think at times we can keep it a little bit more simpler. Like I think there's times where we've had a few good games, but I think we need to create a little bit more zone time. And I know we're not the biggest of guys, but I think that's where the speed element needs to come in and hang on to pucks and make plays down low. I think we can do a little bit better job of that.
So again, that was Logan Stankoven. I did ask him as well. I'll paraphrase the comment, but I asked him, does that just simply come with more time together on ice? He said essentially yes, just the more they play together, the more repetitions together, because those guys didn't start the season on a line together. Remember, Ehlers is new to the team, and he started on the season skating with Jarvis and Aho. So again, it's on-the-fly training with those guys. But I like that. Jackson Blake in the first period. I like that one a lot. By the way, there are a couple people giving submissions online as well before I give mine. We also have Rodney said Aho in the first period. It's a 700 game, first 10 minutes of the first period. So Rodney says that. Also, we have Stewart says Jarvis in the first period. Will says Nikolai Ehlers in the first period. So we have a few different people that are also Boris says Taylor Hall in the second period as well.
That's an underrated pick, by the way. Taylor Hall's goals are so savvy.
They really
when
are.
He gets them, like he doesn't step off. I don't like. I feel when people talk about Taylor Hall, Dennis, they almost talk about him like he's long in the tooth. Like his best days are way behind him, and man, we should be lucky to get 6-7 goals out of him, and thank God he's healthy and things like that. I think Taylor Hall is a quality goal scorer that I wish would get a lot more time. I mean, if for some silly reason that Rod and the power play team really want to really upend the power play team, and I know you've done stats on this too, that Taylor Hall would be a great fit with the first unit. Because I think he creates just as much opportunity as other guys on that power play unit could do. I mean, he's got the goods. There's no doubt about it. He's not this old lumbering dude out there. He's not Zdeno Chara who's just kind of skated around and still beat people up, 16, 17 minutes a night like his best days are behind him. I think Hall's like, there's a lot of hockey left to be played in Taylor Hall. For me.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. So that's why, yeah, Boris said Taylor Hall in the second period. Also, Tom said is with you, Jackson Blake in the first period as well. My first goal scorer prediction tonight, I'm going to go with this one pretty simple. I'm going to go with Seth Jarvis in the first. Jarvis in the first period. Pretty easy. Speaking of the Carolina Hurricanes, real quick, Paul, there's a button on the stream deck over your right in the middle. There says cons and cons. I'm sure you might be able to discover it. But let's actually get into a little Hurricanes and cons. So something we like to do on Wednesdays.
But to play great defense,
There
you
it
need one
is.
thing above all else.
That starts with a W.
Confidence.
So myself and Paul Ehander, we're going to give our confidence and concern when it comes to the Carolina Hurricanes as they currently are right now. Paul, we always start with the concern first. So we say, hey, good news, bad news, what do you want to hear first? You always go with the concern.
Okay.
What's your biggest concern when it comes to the Carolina Hurricanes right now?
Well, health is the overall umbrella,
Sure.
right?
We only can pick one.
Right. There's only one. That Keandre Miller plays well tonight and all of a sudden has to sit because he was getting ready for this game, and there's this big hype play. Remember, he didn't get to play in that game at Madison Square Garden. He didn't get to do that. So now that they're back here, he's ready to go, feels like he's in a good spot, that he doesn't overplay. Like that he does the same things that got him to this point that made us all kind of go, wow, how did they let him go early on in the season? Because I think we're all amazed by how he handles the puck as a defenseman, how he's filled that role that I don't want to put down Brent Burns. When Brent Burns first joined this team on the power play, he shot a lot of blue line sniper, which I actually enjoyed. I'm like, hey, funnel the puck and let's see what happens. Miller has taken that, but to a different level. Like, I feel there's a real toughness behind that shot when Miller's out there on the power play, but also, again, defensively, like, he doesn't need to go out there and crush guys. He's already an imposing presence as it is. Just get back into the flow of the game. Let it come to you. And if some of the chips fall where they may where it comes to playing this Rangers team and he sees something in the back of his head, that he just lets that play to him. I hope that all the work that he did to come back isn't just for 20 minutes and all of a sudden we find out tomorrow, like, yeah, we overworked him a little bit. That's my concern.
Yeah, because he didn't practice yesterday, but he did skate this morning, is going to be ready to go. But again, he didn't practice yesterday, so he clearly is dealing with something. My concern is something I talked about earlier in the show. It's face-offs on the power play, which I think is directly leading into, or one of the direct causes for the lack of power play production this year. The Canes are just 44.3% on power play face-offs. Just 44.3%. If you're having to chase the puck more often than you start with the puck, you're not going to score as many for that simple reason. So my concern is just the consistency of at least even just getting to 50% on faceoffs. All right, real quick, Paul, what is your confidence? One confidence right now when it comes to the Carolina Hurricanes.
Confidence that the Carolina Hurricanes will absolutely shake all this road noise off of them. And now that they're back at home for an extended stretch, that this is when things are going to get good, where they are able to, and it's chalky and it's cliche, but sleeping at home is a lot different than sleeping in a hotel room. I can't control what the AC unit is doing. I can't control what my next door neighbor is doing, even if it happens to be a teammate. I know that my teammate snores through the wall, but I know at home, I know I can get up, I can put my slippers on, walk in and find, Seth Jarvis can find Pop-Tarts or whatever it is. And Nick Ehlers can go
Chicken
to his
nuggets.
Nick Ehlers can go to his 3 favorite stores to find the 3 things that he needs. That there's a comfort being back at home. And the Carolina Hurricanes have been tested so much on the road early on, and I think some of that also contributes to some of the injuries that they've had to deal with, that it's just so tough to get back into a rhythm, that I'm very confident that at home, this is going to be probably one of the most important stretches of the season, and it'll work out for them.
I like it. I dig it. My confidence right now when it comes to the Carolina Hurricanes, it's their depth scoring. The fact that you have a guy like you talked about, Taylor Hall, and Eric Robinson, those guys on your quote-unquote fourth line, those guys are going to generate chances. They simply do. We know how, again, Jordan Stahl's likely not to play tonight because still dealing with illness, but you know what Stahl, Martinook, Carrier, you know what that line is going to provide in terms of forecheck, sustaining offensive zone possession, those kinds of things. It's just what they do. They generate chances, but other teams' fourth lines simply can't defensively match up with what the Carolina Hurricanes put out there as their quote-unquote fourth line on a night-in and night-out basis. Eric Robinson is faster than most guys on fourth lines, and he's also a big guy too. And Taylor Hall is a former MVP in this league. He's not what he was in 2018 when he won the Hart Trophy, but he's still a damn good hockey player, like you said, Paul. So that fourth line, to me, they continually will get good matchups and will continue to produce over the course of the season. Eric Robinson has 5 goals this season, and he's missed games, and he has 5 goals. And also, you've seen Taylor Hall play up and down the lineup. To me, it's the depth scoring that they have among their forwards that really is lighting things up. And also, the depth scoring as well sometimes comes from your blue line. Shane Gostisbehere has been providing a lot of that too. I like the depth scoring overall in this team. As long as they stay healthy, or get back to healthy, I should say.
Get back to one.
Get back to it. By the way, they've only played 2 games this season with their entire lineup. Actually, technically, you can say because Pyotr Kochetkov didn't dress the first couple of games, that they haven't played any games where they had, like, these are our top 20 guys. Because, again, Brandon Bussey backed up Freddie Anderson in those first 2 games of the season. But in terms of their skaters, they've only played 2 games. 2 this whole season with their full complement of skaters. Yet they still have the second best record in the NHL. Points. The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. That's Cons and Cons. Big thanks to Paul Ihander for chipping in. Thank you, good sir. Depth scoring, as always, here in our lineup. I wish some of that depth scoring would add over to the Carolina Panthers. There's one key area where the Panthers, and in particular Bryce Young and Dave Canales, where they have failed this season. I'll explain next.
Get crazy, Canes fans. It's hockey night in Carolina. It's your Canes and the Rangers.
Stalling scores! The captain with his second. We're tied at 2 in Winnipeg.
Storm Watch with Adam Gold at 6:30. Puck drop at 7.
Oh, with a chance. Olympic scores! Talk to me, Shorty! Seth Jarvis! His second shorthanded goal of the year!
On your official audio home of Hurricanes hockey, 99.9 The Fan.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. And this Thanksgiving, FanDuel is introducing a brand new way to build a parlay together. It is called Pass the Leg. Gosh, I love Thanksgiving jokes. Here's how it works. Start a group build, add your pick, pass it to your friends. They can add theirs, but make sure you pass it to somebody who knows what they're doing. Like, don't pass it to me. FanDuel.com/Adam Gold, and everybody gets a 50% profit boost to use on the build. FanDuel.com/Adam Gold, official sports betting partner of the NFL. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and maximum wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
It's bow time. Fumbling the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your whole crew faster than you can say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's Bo time.
Planning a tailgate? Then it's Bo time. Bojangles has everything you need for the perfect tailgate, no matter how many fans you're trying to feed. There's the original tailgate, the super tailgate, and for a really big crowd, the jumbo tailgate special. And if you like your chicken off the bone, choose the Supreme's tailgate special that includes 12 perfectly seasoned tenderloin fillets. So grab the tickets, get that Bojangles tailgate special, and go. It's Bo time.
What will your legacy be? I'm Amanda Mangum from Aspire Money Management, and planning for your future is more than just finances. It's about ensuring your loved ones are taken care of. From estate planning to tax-efficient strategies, we help you create a plan that reflects your wishes and secures your family's future. Don't wait to start this important conversation. Visit AspireMoneyManagement.net for a free analysis. That's AspireMoneyManagement.net. newcombinc.net. Let's work together to build your legacy today.
This hour of The Drive brought to you by Newcomb & Company, where your comfort is their business. Visit newcombandcompany.com.
Believe it or not, this is the last show that we have this week. No show tomorrow. It's Thanksgiving. Everyone go home and enjoy that time. Paul, I believe we have football on the air, on the fan all day tomorrow.
Thanksgiving triple header tomorrow.
I like that. Love the sound of that. So again, get your football fix this coming week. Also on Friday, there's going to be no show because it's a late matinee, early evening game. 5 o'clock puck drop on Friday.
Yeah.
For the Carolina Hurricanes. They take on the Winnipeg Jets. And obviously at home tonight, you can listen to the Carolina Hurricanes in about an hour and 15 minutes. An hour and 45 minutes. You can listen to Stormwatch at 6:30 right here on 99.9 The Fan with Adam Gold. Puck drop at 7 o'clock. Again, right here on The Fan or on the 99.9 The Fan app. All available there for you all. That way you don't miss a second of the action, even if you're traveling, folks. But because it's our last show, it's also one of our last times to talk about the Carolina Panthers taking on the LA Rams this coming weekend. Not optimistic. It's just for a couple of reasons. One, it's a short week for Carolina. So there's always you get an extra day to get ready for a game, even though your opponent has the exact same thing. But it's an extra day to get ready for a game. But then you also got to look on the backside of things. It's a short week after you travel back from the West Coast. Let's be honest, by the time the Panthers actually probably got back to Charlotte, again, because you're taking a red-eye flight back, the game ended at 10:45 Eastern time. By the time you actually probably got on the flight back, it's probably because, again, you got a shower, treatment, all that stuff after a game, get to the airport. By the time you're actually flying back, it's probably, 2 o'clock Eastern time or whatever it is when you actually are flying back. And by the time you actually probably land in Charlotte, it's probably I've taken that flight from the Bay Area to North Carolina before. It's probably 7 a.m. that you actually probably landed back on Tuesday morning. So yesterday's a complete wash. You're trying to get your body back together again, and you're right back out on the practice field today. It's taxing. So short week, injuries on top of it, and you have the best team in the NFL coming in. Or one of the best teams. But there's, as I mentioned going into the break, that there's a key area for Dave Canales and Bryce Young and this Panthers offense that has been a struggle this entire season. Outside of a couple games. But for the most part, a struggle this season. It's the intermediate passing game. This is something I've been talking about for a few weeks on Panthers Playbook, and we're really starting to see it come to fruition, especially after this past Monday's game. Intermediate passing, in my eyes, a lot of people define it as where your target is 10 to 19 yards downfield. So I'm looking to or Bryce Young's looking to throw to Tedero McMillan on a crossing route that's 15 yards downfield. That's where the target is when the ball is thrown. Not, to catch and run. I'm talking that's where the target is located, 10 to 19 yards downfield. And the teams that excel in that area, the quarterbacks that excel in that area, usually are the best offenses. Because that's where you start to pick up chunk plays. You get yards after the catch. You can really start to open things up downfield with your offense. There's so many different things that you can do if you're connecting in that 10 to 19 yard range. And I did the research, so you didn't have to. Got my notepad with stats and stuff all on it right here. This season, in 11 starts for Bryce Young. In that 10 to 19 yard range, he is 37 of 83 passing. That's 44.6% completion percentage. 37 of 83, 44.6%. 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. We've solving the case here. It's the big mystery. In games, so of the 11 starts for Bryce Young, only 5 of them has he been 50% or better completing passes in 10 to 19 yards downfield. That's it. That's it. And we wonder why this offense is struggling for the most part this season. By the way, part of that statistical category, or those stats I just gave you, was the Atlanta Falcons game where he was 9 of 13, passing in that 10 to 19-yard range. He was 9 of 13 in that game. And sure enough, that's the biggest offensive output that we've seen this Panthers team put together this season. The most passing yards by a quarterback in Panthers history. Now, it took overtime to reach that number, but you still got there because you're able to pick up chunk plays in that area. That is a key thing. 9 of 13 against the Atlanta Falcons factors into the 37 of 83. That 9 of 13 is the outlier. Go back week 1 against Jacksonville, 5 of 13. The second week against Arizona, 5 of 16. But this is also where things have tapered off, passing in that area. Again, week 1 against Jacksonville, 5 of 13. There's been games this season, like for example, week 10, just 1 of 2 passing. That was the Green Bay game. Just 1 of 2. Only 2 attempts to targets inside that 10 to 19-yard range. And we have seen consistently, go back to the game, I'm sorry, that 1 of 2, that was the game against the Saints. My apologies on that. Like that game against the Saints, for example, and this I think also ties in, again, where Dave Canales and Bryce Young, things just aren't working together. Against the Saints, that very first drive, we saw Bryce Young try to hit Jatavian Sanders right down the middle of the field between the hash marks. Demario Davis, the linebacker for the Saints, just right there in front of Jatavian Sanders, picks off the pass. But there was a roughing the passer call. So the play gets overturned. It's a 15-yard penalty against the Saints. The drive continues. Before you know it, Rico Dowdle scores a touchdown. That's the only points they put up on that game. That was just a couple of weeks ago. It's the only drive that they had that resulted in points. But from that point on, at least after that interception, Dave Canales said, no, I'm not going to call stuff down the middle of the field. I don't trust Bryce Young right now to throw the ball down the field. Against the Atlanta Falcons, he started connecting on those early. Okay, let me give you a little bit more. He started connecting on them. But again, the consistency hasn't been there. Go back against the San Francisco 49ers just 2 nights ago. Inside the red zone, hey, Dave Canales even said after the game, I wanted to build on that game against Atlanta. I wanted to build on that. You get to 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Let's go for a target that's in the back of the end zone in that 10 to 19-yard range. Throws a pick right away. Throws an interception right away. 1 of 7 passing in that 10 to 19-yard range. The consistency hasn't been there. Plain and simple. I don't know if it's just it's the reason why I said as well is that it's not working between Dave Canales and Bryce Young is because it's not all 100% Bryce Young. The reason why they're not picking up plays in that category, and it's not 100% on Dave Canales as a head coach and play caller as to why they are not picking up those plays. Because there's a lack of trust between the two, and obviously there's a lack of connection between the two. It's just not working. Not consistently enough. And someone in our YouTube live chat, this one comes from Theon, says, you can't say it's not working. Yeah, I can. I can say it's not working. Have you watched them play offense this season? Bryce Young has thrown for 200 yards twice. Twice in 11 starts, he's thrown for 200 yards. In 11 starts this season, he has 15 touchdowns and 9 picks. In 12 starts last season, he had 15 touchdowns and 9 picks. It ain't working. It's just simply not working between those two. And it's not like the scheme that Dave Canales runs is a completely unique scheme that no one else in the NFL has ever thought of before. It's just not there. Now, I look at the quarterback and I say, look, there are just limitations there. He's just simply missed too many passes. And there have been plenty of times Dave Canales, still inexperienced as a play caller, sometimes abandons the run too quickly and stuff. It is also interesting as well as that we hear from people saying, hey, you got to let Bryce cook. You got to let him throw the ball a little bit more. And then, well, okay, we're inside the red zone, 1st and goal. Hey, Bryce, we're going to put the ball in your hands. And you threw it to the other team. You want me to let you cook, but you keep burning stuff. It's just what it is. It's just simply not working. Bryce ain't it. I'll say it. I'm on record saying it. Bryce ain't it. It's The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Dennis Cox sitting in for Tim Donnelly this afternoon. Dennis Cox here with my friends over at Raleigh Weight Loss Center. Something that I know does work. You want to talk about stats? You want to talk about numbers? 42 pounds lost. That's how much weight I've lost in 4 months with Raleigh Weight Loss Center. 42 pounds. That's, you want another stat for you? That's nearly 16% of my body weight. That's real stats. That's real numbers. And Raleigh Weight Loss Center has helped thousands of people lose anywhere between 10 to 20% of their body weight. 10 to 20%. Riley Weight Loss Center has helped countless of people for you. Helped countless people out there lose weight. And I'm one of those people. I can just tell from a physical standpoint, obviously the weight loss has been tremendous. My knees, my hips, my ankles just feel so much better. I go play ice hockey, my men's league. It's funny how one of my teammates actually asked me about a week ago, hey, man, you're looking quicker out there. What'd you do differently? I said, just lost 42 pounds. That's it. Just moving out there better. Just simple daily stuff. Sitting down, riding my motorcycle, those kinds of things. Just feel more comfortable. My clothes just fit better thanks to Raleigh Weight Loss Center and the weight that I've lost through the program there. And here's another stat for you. 20%. That's how much you can save if you give them a call and use the promo code LOSEIT. Give them a call, 919-897-7506, or visit RaleighWeightLossCenter.com. Set up a free 15-minute phone call. And by the way, that Lose It promo, mention the promo code Lose It to save 20%. That's running now all the way through Black Friday, November 28th of this year. Now through Black Friday, save 20%. Give them a call, 919-897-7506, or visit RaleighWeightLossCenter.com. Use the promo code Lose It. If you want to lose the weight, don't wait for the new year. Get started on that sucker right now. 919-897-7506. Results may vary. It's The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Dennis Cox sitting in for Tim Donnelly. Paul Eihander producing the show today. We have one more hour to go. We got Starting Five coming up next.
Our state's future begins with our students. That's why the North Carolina Education Lottery has contributed over $12 billion to education. Through scholarships, school construction, support staff, and pre-K programs, lottery dollars move our state forward, helping students become the best versions of themselves. Visit movingncstudentsforward.com and share how your student or school community has benefited for a chance to earn $2,000 for your story. Must be 18 to play. Problem Gambling Helpline 877-718-5543.
Looking for the perfect holiday gift? Discover Omega at Bailey's Fine Jewelry in Raleigh's Village District. Whether it's the Speedmaster, Seamaster, or DeVille, these exquisite Swiss watches capture the joy of every moment. Celebrate time well spent. Visit Bailey's Fine Jewelry, where Raleigh shops for Omega.
Global Golf, home of the best deals in golf, is Black Friday dealing this week with an additional 15% off all pre-owned clubs. Golf bags starting at $100, apparel starting at $15, golf shoe deals starting at $50, and great savings on GPS watches and rangefinders. Get these special deals and more only at the Global Golf Outlet Store located on 7320 ACC Boulevard, North Raleigh. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6. Global Golf, home of the best deals in golf.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Big truck accidents can cause life-changing injuries, and life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. I know big truck wrecks, and I know how to fight those big insurance companies. If you've been hurt by a big truck, contact us at ritchielaw.com. I'm on top of it.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
Weather.
I'm WRAL meteorologist Kat Campbell. Layer up tonight. Temperatures will plummet behind our cold front during the overnight hours. Before midnight, temperatures only dip into the 50s, but by daybreak, 39 degrees. Thanksgiving is mostly sunny and dry with a high of 53. We'll drop down to 28 degrees that night.
When Kat says layer up, layer up. Weather brought to you by Newcomb & Company, where your comfort is their business. Visit newcombandcompany.com. A check of your money here at 5 o'clock. The market's all up before the Thanksgiving holiday. The Dow finishing up 314 points to 47,427. The S&P 500 up 46. And the NASDAQ up 189.
It's 5 o'clock. Time to serve up the biggest sports stories of the day. Here comes your starting five.
It's The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. Dennis Cox sitting in for Tim Donnelly this afternoon. Paul Ihander, producer of the show. That's right, you just heard the weather update. It's going to get cold, folks. Paul, might be time for me to park the motorcycle away for the winter. I'll be approaching that time. But until then, till we hit the cold snap that comes through, time for the starting five, starting with number 5.
Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It is full-on college basketball season, folks. We're full into it. It's feast week. All the games going on starting at, 9 a.m.? I feel like we have games that are tipping off. We also have games taking place. Like, for example, NC State back in action tonight at the Maui Invitational. Their final game, they're actually playing Texas. That's a 9:30 tip-off tonight. 9:30. So, actually, if you're a State fan that's also a Canes fan, you can just go watch that after watching the Canes game tonight. It's actually kind of, if that's your cup of tea. If you're a UNC basketball fan, you're celebrating an 85-70 win last night over St. Bonaventure in the Fort Myers tip-off. And then tomorrow night, you got Michigan State. You might not even watch football tomorrow because you got Michigan State. If you're a Duke fan, tomorrow night, you got Arkansas up in Chicago. So if you're a college basketball fan, congratulations. You got it all. Which, by the way, Paul, 3 big matchups for all 3 teams here in the state of North Carolina, or in the Triangle.
Huge.
3 big matchups. Because the Texas game for NC State, that's going to be a quad 1 when that's all said and done. Neutral site, you're going to play a top 50 team in the net rankings. It's going to be a quad 1 game for both sides, which is a good thing because both teams need to have that on their resume. Duke has already played Texas. And then UNC playing Michigan State, that's a ranked matchup.
Oh, absolutely.
And then
Top
Duke
20 teams.
Yeah, Duke and Arkansas, also a ranked matchup.
Maybe they could load some quads to Chandler Savala.
Panthers a little beat up right now. We'll get into Panthers and stuff here in a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
Full dad joke.
I know. I totally get it. I totally get it. But that's something that we as basketball fans in this area, we appreciate the fact that all 3 teams right now are good. I know if you're a Duke fan or a State fan or a Carolina fan, you probably don't want to see the other teams win. But inside, I think everyone wants them to be good in the sense of it just makes the rivalries that much better. In my eyes, I would say this. If I was I'm not, believe it or not a fan of State, Duke, or Carolina. But if I'm a fan of any of those schools, I want to play them like when they're undefeated late in the season. Yeah, I want you to be undefeated because I want to be the first team that beats you. I want you to be number 1 or 2 in the country because I want to beat you and say, not only did I beat you, I knocked you off from number 1. Or if I'm number 1, you're number 2, I can sit there and say, yeah, I kept you at 2. That's what I wanted. If that'd be me. The state of North Carolina and the Triangle in particular, this college basketball season is going to be a special one. And the amount of turnover that we have in college sports nowadays, especially in basketball, I feel like these seasons are going to be fewer and further between. Just because the teams are just turning over so much year after year, it's hard to sustain anything. But I could be proven wrong in that regard, at least for these teams in the Triangle. So I will say this. The Triangle has some of the best college basketball players in the country, and that's not hyperbole. It's not. You have 2 of the top, probably, 10 draft picks at minimum and Caleb Wilson at North Carolina and Cameron Boozer at Duke.
Gimme.
Yeah. And then Darian Williams is probably will be maybe a late lottery pick.
He's preseason ACC Player of the Year candidates.
Yeah.
Was one of them right up there with Boozer.
Yeah. I mean, Darian Williams was the preseason ACC Player of the Year. It would not be shocked if Williams, Wilson, Boozer are all Americans in some way, shape, or form by the end of the year. Sit back and enjoy it, folks. College basketball, absolutely love it. I love college basketball. Paul, I know you're a massive college basketball fan.
Huge hoops fan.
Something I'm not a fan of is number 4 in the starting 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, all together.
I'm not a fan of the College Football Playoff Committee. I am a very big proponent of the fact that the scoreboard matters, and I think regular season results need to actually matter, especially when it comes to head-to-head. This actually comes from Tom on our YouTube live chat, because I have pounded the table saying Miami needs to be ranked ahead of Notre Dame because they won the head-to-head matchup. And Tom said this: Notre Dame doesn't have the bad losses Miami has. Miami won by a field goal at home against a quarterback in his first college start. Carr, the Notre Dame quarterback, have vastly improved since then, and Miami hasn't. I will say this, Tom. You should have just stopped when you said Miami won. Miami won. I don't care if it was the first week of the season or the last week of the season. I don't care if it was the quarterback's first start or his 10th or his 60th. Who won? Miami did. That has to matter. It's that whole thing like, well, this team's got better, the quote-unquote bad losses, the quarterback first start. That sounds like the committee.
Welcome to my personal hell as an Oregon Ducks alum.
Oh, you are an Oregon guy.
Where the Penn State win at Penn State wasn't as awesome because of everyone who got hurt and James Franklin got fired.
Yeah.
And the win against Iowa wasn't a great win because Iowa is no longer ranked. And everybody who has played Illinois now across this country, that win has been deflated a ton. But when they beat Illinois, just like when my Ducks beat Penn State and my Ducks beat Iowa, those teams were ranked. I can't do anything about what happens afterwards. That might be those teams' fault after they beat Illinois, after they beat Iowa, after they beat Penn State. Maybe that's what caused the slide. But at that particular time, this is where the metric is completely off. And double-digit wins, did you know a double-digit win is 10 points? 10 points. If you beat a team by 10 points, what is written and what is said out there, it was a double-digit win. It doesn't even matter if it was 24 or 32. That's the thing you don't realize. Double-digit win, but a double-digit loss hurts even worse, even if it's just 10 points.
Yeah. Again, the committee stuff, I don't get it. And by the way, Peter Burns of ESPN, the SEC network, discussed last night about why people are upset, and understandably so, that Notre Dame is still ranked ahead of Miami.
I know. I saw 70-7 with my own eyes. They looked incredible, right? And they've looked great. But at some point, you got to go, I just can't, in good faith, sit there and go, they have the same amount of losses, and I saw them, with my own eyes, play a football game, and Miami won. So, again, I understand why people are fired up, and rightfully so.
I understand that Notre Dame, they lost to Miami. They lost to Texas A&M. Like, oh, those are good losses. All right, cool. You still lost. I mean, there are teams out there, like, for example, look at the college football rankings. This is also where, again, where I don't understand the committee. Tennessee is ranked 19th. You know how many wins, Paul, that Tennessee has against teams with winning records? Take a wild guess.
4.
0. They haven't beat a team with a winning record this season, but they're 19th. They're 19th.
It was the Indiana argument last year, right? The buttercream and the cream cheese cupcakes.
Yeah. But hey, I guess, Tennessee only lost to Georgia by 3. Congrats. You beat Eastern Tennessee State. You beat UAB. You beat Arkansas by only 3, by the way. You beat Mississippi State. You lost to Bama. You beat Kentucky. You lost to Oklahoma. And congrats, you beat New Mexico State.
Aggies.
And you beat Florida. Florida by double digits, by 20. All those teams that they beat are below 500 teams, yet they're somehow ranked 19th because we're valuing quote-unquote quality losses. Wins need to matter. And unfortunately, it's an invitational. Call it what it is. I know Tim Donnelly has said it. It's an invitational. Call it what it is. All right, that's number 4. Let's get to number 3. Speaking of college football, by the way, college football, we're seeing the coaching carousel turn even further. We're seeing it continue to turn faster and faster. Believe it or not, there's going to be a lot of coaches out there by what? Saturday evening, Paul? By Sunday? A lot of coaches out there, they're going to be fired. And a lot of coaches out there, they're going to have new jobs. And we've actually already seen James Franklin get fired from Penn State and hired as Virginia Tech's new coach. There are a lot of other coaching vacancies that are out there. But one guy that's already leaving for another job, UConn's Jim Mora, who's actually done quite well as the carousel music plays. Jim Mora at UConn, again, done quite well, had a big win over Duke just a couple of weeks ago. He's on the way to being the next head coach at Colorado State.
Go Rams.
Colorado State. Paul, you have familiarity with Colorado State.
I know Colorado State, Mountain West Conference, moving to the new Pac-12. Colorado State fired a coach, hired Jay Norvell away from Nevada with a lot of money. Norvell couldn't get it done there, and they released him after 4 years. They gave it a 4-year run, but they have a brand-new stadium. It's brand new, under 5 years now. Deep NIL pockets, and they, like many Group of 5 teams, soon to be Group of 6, with the reconstituted Pac-12, they want to compete for a national championship, and they believe with the right coach, hiring Jim Mora, can get them into the college football playoff as the top Group of 6.
It's not bad.
And Mora's got the pedigree. There's no doubt about it. He did wonders at UConn.
They went 9-3 this year. UConn
Ask Duke.
Did. They went 9-3. They beat Duke and Boston College.
Yeah.
So they went 2-1 against ACC schools this season. I mean, 9-3 at UConn, again with 2 wins against ACC schools.
It's basketball.
Yeah, at a basketball school, you can kind of get out of that. I have a question about this. How long does Mora actually stay at Colorado State?
He's 64, Dennis.
Still.
64.
Still.
He's got, listen, the leash
And
is
that's like 10 years younger than Belichick.
The leash is going to be short, I believe.
You
because
think so?
4 years with Jay Norvell, and they gave him plenty of opportunity. He brought a couple quarterbacks with him, including some of you might know Hugh Millen, former Patriots quarterback from the 80s, I believe. His son was one of the starters there for a while, and that didn't quite work out the way they wanted it to. I think he gets 3 or 4 years, and I think if he doesn't get it done, he'll be the latest in the line of college football wants and needs and haves and didn't get.
I'm thinking that if he does well in a couple years there, that someone's going to hire him away and they're like, all right, let's go all in on for 3 years with Mora. You never know.
He can fade away, though, in Fort Collins. Fort Collins is a beautiful city, by the way, in northern Colorado. Absolute college town. It's got that Greenville kind of vibe. Just a lot flatter and a lot less water.
Yeah.
But really vibrant. I mean, Kyan Evans could tell you, North Carolina
That's
transfer.
right.
Transfer to North Carolina, he could tell you. I mean, there is support. There is no doubt about it. There is a big emphasis on athletics there at Colorado State. The win now mentality does exist there, but you talk about fervor, and then people around here are like, "What the hell are you talking about? State, Carolina, Duke, Virginia, we're all big swingers out here." Out west, Colorado State's got deep pockets. You'd be surprised how much money they've got hanging around there. Not enough to keep Kyan Evans from coming out to Carolina.
There's that.
But when you got Jordan Brand money, there's that too.
That's number 3. Let's get to number 2.
Just the two of us.
All right, a couple quick news and notes here when it comes to the Carolina Panthers. Panthers were back on the practice field just a couple days after they lost to the San Francisco 49ers, so it's a bit of a short week for the Carolina Panthers. It appears that, according to head coach Dave Canales, according to Mike Kay of the Charlotte Observer, also seen just with Dave Canales' press conference that he had this afternoon, which we weren't able to tap into because we were on air at 4 o'clock when he talked to the media. Dave Canales said that Trevin Wallace, the inside linebacker, dealing with a shoulder injury, should be back this week, which is a good sign because he did not play, nor did Christian Roseboom, who pulled up with a hamstring injury basically at the very end of the game against the Atlanta Falcons a couple weeks ago. They missed both those guys this past Sunday, and Claudin Cherilus, the guy filling in for him, suffered a concussion as well. So good sign that at least someone's coming back. Speaking of Claudin Cherilus with a concussion and J.C. Horn with a short week, it's a lot more difficult for guys to come back when it comes to concussion protocol. Shorter week, it's a lot more difficult because, again, just one less day because you have to go through an independent neurologist. You have to go through all the different protocols that the league has set forth, and as well as the Players Association that they agree upon in terms of how many days are you symptom-free and those kinds of things. You have to put your body under like physical stress to see how your body reacts and those kinds of things. I would not be optimistic about J.C. Horn playing this week. Same thing with Claudin Cherilus. I just would not be optimistic. And also Corey Thornton, who's the backup for J.C. Horn at corner, suffered a broken fibula, which is the smaller leg bone that you have in your lower part of your leg. So he has a broken fibula, so he's done for the rest of the year. He was placed on injured reserve. And you're likely going to be without J.C. Horn this week as well. Oh, and by the way, you just got to play against the Rams with Matt Stafford, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Blake Corum, Kyron Williams, Tyler Higbee. Oh, and Sean McVay coaching that unit as well on offense. Not looking good if you're the Carolina Panthers. By the way, they actually did make a signing. They signed former Dallas Cowboys cornerback Robert Rochelle off of their practice squad, and they promoted Chris Barnes, the Carolina Panthers did. They promoted him from their practice squad up to the active 53-man roster. Barnes actually filled in and actually played pretty decent this past Sunday as well. And he's a 6-year NFL vet, so at least you have a little bit of veteran experience.
Didn't he lead the team in tackles?
I think he did.
Yeah, he had 10
like
tackles.
10. Well, granted, which is kind of what's supposed to happen, that your inside linebacker is supposed to lead your team in tackles. If your defensive line is playing great, they're able to find the gaps and fill them against run plays and make tackles. Yes, that's what it's supposed to be. Remember Luke Kuechly? Oh, also, I know a lot of Clemson fans are excited by this. Former Clemson Tiger Isaiah Simmons, who was drafted literally one pick after Derek Brown in the 2020 draft.
Dude, that guy was a high pick.
Yeah, he was 8th overall. Woo. Derek Brown was 7. Isaiah Simmons was 8. Isaiah Simmons was, in college, he was kind of that jack of all trades. Like, he'd play inside linebacker, he'd play on the edge, he'd be like a safety, he'd be like a nickel corner, just everywhere. 6'3.5", 6'4", 240 pounds, ran a 4.39 at that size. Just hasn't made it stick in the NFL. So anyway, they signed him to their practice squad. He might get elevated this week. We'll see. Dave Canales said that he could potentially factor in at both safety and linebacker. Because no Trayvon Merrick this week because he was suspended by the NFL for punching 49ers wide receiver Jawan Jennings in the, let's say, the nether regions.
Nah, he Rochambeau'd him for it.
South Park reference. I respect that.
There you go.
Yeah, well. Anyway, no Trayvon Merrick this week. Not looking good. Not looking good. That's number 2. Let's get to number 1.
The one!
That one is tonight at the Lenovo Center, Paul. Carolina Hurricanes at home taking on the New York Rangers. I want to see. Actually, Paul, I'm going to put you on the spot. Tim does this to me, so I'm going to do it to you. An if-then statement. If the Canes do this tonight, then they win. If the Canes do blank, then they win against the New York Rangers. Give me an if-then statement. Don't give me the Booger McFarland. If they score more goals.
That's entirely possible.
Yeah.
If they can keep Adam Fox off of, or at least keep him contained when it comes to power play situations.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to say the Carolina Hurricanes are going to avoid the sin bin. That will not happen. But if they can keep Adam Fox, who is Mr. Assist when it comes to the power play, if they can keep him in neutral, especially when they go on that, they're down a man, I think they can take this game. Because every time Artemi Panarin comes to town, this building is his baby.
Mm-hmm.
And Mika Zibanejad, for as rough as he is in the two-way game, has been scoring a ton. So I think that's where it starts, special teams. And if they can keep up the pace on special teams, control Fox, I think they'll be just fine.
Okay, so if the Canes can keep Adam Fox off the scoreboard on the power play.
I want no points.
Just no points from Adam
assists,
Fox.
No nothing, because that's where his command is. He is the team leader in assists.
I believe
so
it.
Let that happen in 5-on-5 action, not when they're up a man.
Okay. I will say, speaking of special teams, the Canes penalty kill, that's an overlooked aspect of the injuries that they've been suffering, they're dealing with this season. Their power play obviously has not been good, but their penalty kill has been most impacted by injuries in my eyes. And they're actually bottom, I think they're in the around 20th or so in the NHL in penalty kill. I need to go back and look up that stat. But that's where they're ranking right now in terms of penalty kill. It's not good. It's just simply not good. And that byproduct of, obviously, Jacob Slavin, who's the best defensive defenseman in the entire NHL, probably best penalty-killing defenseman in the entire league. You're missing him. You're going to suffer a little bit, at least. But then also, Jalen Chatfield missing a bunch of time. Keandre Miller has missed a bunch of time. Those are, if I were to rank their defensemen in terms of penalty-killing ability, I would probably go, obviously, Jacob Slavin 1, Chatfield 2, then Keandre Miller 3. It's probably what I would do. And then Sean Walker, maybe 3/4. Well, you're missing 3 of your top 4 when it comes to the penalty kill. That doesn't help. Then Jordan Staal obviously has missed some time recently in games as well. We've even seen Seth Jarvis, who's one of their top penalty killers, leave a couple games early this season. The injuries are impacting the penalty kill. And even Eric Robinson, one of their top penalty killers, among the forwards, has missed time. Jesperi Kotkaniemi, who, by the way, skated at practice today, yellow non-contact jersey, so he's not going to play tonight. Jordan Staal, by the way, doubtful to play tonight because of dealing with the illness and stuff still. These are guys you're part of your top penalty killers. And like you mentioned, Adam Fox, Mika Zibanejad, as much as the New York Rangers have struggled this season, Artemi Panarin, they still got dudes on that team that can play. The penalty kill to me that's my big concern.
You know what the worst view for Freddie Anderson, Brandon Bussey, Pyotr Kochetkov is seeing the faces of the two defensemen staring back at him, because that means somebody missed somebody.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's a puck coming at you from some angle if I'm looking at the faces of my defensemen.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
The worst view.
By the way, speaking of injuries, as I mentioned, no Jordan Staal tonight, still dealing with the sniffles. So, yeah, there's that. I had someone tell me, I actually asked, I'm curious who's going to be in the lineup tonight, someone that works for the Canes organization at Morning Skate today. I asked him, I wonder who's going to be in the lineup tonight. Just because, guys dealing with injuries, Keandre Miller didn't skate yesterday and so on. And he said, well, who's not sick? That's really it. Who's not sick? All right, it's a good question. It's just the flu bug and stuff goes around. Paul, you have kids. I'm sure it's one of those things where, like, one kid got sick at school, spread it to the other kids, and then they all, or get sick at home. They bring it to school, and then they take it home, the kids do, and then you get sick. It's kind of that same thing, like one player's kid got sick, brought it home, and then they went into the locker room and just spread it. Anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much how it is.
It's
just like kids at school.
Yeah, you play close to guys. You're on airplanes. You're in tight spaces.
Yep.
You're sitting next to each other on the bench. It's not like you all have your individual cubicles when you're on the bench during games.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen.
It's just what it is.
And have you seen Jordan Staal? He's the biggest dude, so he probably carries the biggest germs.
He might. He might, actually. He absolutely might.
Just his size alone.
Puck drop in about 90 minutes here on 99.9 The Fan, as well as the 99.9 The Fan app. Stormwatch with Adam Gold takes place in about 35 minutes. I'm sorry. In an hour. In 1 hour, we will have Stormwatch with Adam Gold right here on 99.9 The Fan, getting you set for Canes Rangers tonight, one night before Thanksgiving. It is one night before Thanksgiving, but just because the holiday is about to be here doesn't mean we don't play a numbers game, folks. It's time for us to get 2 contestants to play the numbers game. Call 919-860-5FAN, 919-860-5326 for your chance to compete in the numbers game and win a $30 gift card to Alpaca Chicken. Legendary flavor, hometown pride. I know a lot of people want that Alpaca Chicken. It's good stuff. $30 gift card on the line. If you can win the numbers game, we need 2 contestants. Call right now. 919-860-5FAN, 919-860-5326. Numbers game coming up next.
Get crazy, Canes fans. It's hockey night in Carolina. It's your Canes and the Rangers.
Stalling scores! The captain with his second. We're tied at 2 in Winnipeg.
Stormwatch with Adam Gold at 6:30. Puck drop at 7.
Oh, with a chance. Follow up, he scores! Talk to me, Shorty! Seth Jarvis! His second shorthanded goal of the year!
On your official audio home of Hurricanes hockey, 99.9 The Fan.
Welcome home. Your home is more than just walls and windows. It's where your story unfolds. At Baker Home Exteriors, we understand that every detail helps write that story. For over a century, our parent company, Baker Roofing, has set the standard for excellence. And now we're bringing that same dedication to your home. From roofing and siding to windows, gutters, and more, our craftsmen transform houses into the sanctuaries you've always imagined. Visit BakerHomeExteriors.com to begin your home's next chapter.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
Lights are going up, snow is falling down. There's a feeling of goodwill around town. It could only mean one thing. McRib is here.
The McRib season gets even more magical when you pair it with any size Dr. Pepper for just $1.49. At participating McDonald's for a limited time. Price and participation may vary.
McRib is here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's time to play the numbers game. The prize at stake, a $30 gift card to Alpaca Chicken, legendary flavor, hometown pride. Our 2 contestants. We have Bob and Selma, and we have Dave and Fuquay. We have to determine who goes first. Let's go with Bob and Selma. I'm going to ask you guys each a question. Same question. Paul Ihander, who's producing the show today, will determine his favorite answer. And that will determine who goes first. Let's go with Bob and Selma first. Bob, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, Bob. I know you're a first-time contestant here. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Favorite Thanksgiving food? Could be a main course. Could be a side dish. Could be a dessert. Favorite food at Thanksgiving?
Man, I'm gonna have to go with with one of the sides, and it's got to be mashed potatoes and gravy, baby.
All right, mashed potatoes with gravy.
And
Paul,
gravy.
any questions?
No, that sounds like I'm not sure how deeper you can go with mashed potatoes and gravy, to be honest.
I mean, could be like, are they chunky? Are they creamy? Are they red?
We can do red potatoes if you want.
Okay, all right.
I like red potatoes.
All right, that's
so
fair.
Do I put them on hold on the phone?
You can just go and just
handset?
fade them down. Just go and fade them down and just
Okay,
go.
wait a
That's all.
second. I got fade up. So we're okay. Oh, I got you. I
Yes.
see how this works.
Yeah.
I get it. Hang on. All right, I'm just gonna fade you down. Hang on. Here we go.
Okay, so then we have Dave in Fuquay. Dave, are you there?
Oh, I just hung up.
You hung up Dave?
No, I hung up on Bob.
Oh, you hung up Bob. Bob, call back. Bob, call back.
Is Dave with us?
Dave, you there?
Yep.
All right,
I hit
Dave.
the wrong side. I hit the wrong side. I hit the left, the right. I hit the left side, and it dropped him.
You know, it's all right.
We'll get Bob
We're
back.
working through it with Paul. Bob and Selma, call back. Bob and Selma, call back. Dave, quick question for you. Favorite Thanksgiving food? Could be a side dish. Could be a main part. Could be a side. Dessert. Ot's your favorite Thanksgiving?
I'd say the turkey leg.
Turkey leg.
Hard to go wrong with a big turkey leg.
Okay. Any other details you want to add to that? You want to go with? Do you like gravy on the turkey leg, or you just pick that thing with your hand and just go to town?
Deep fried.
Oh,
deep
deep
turkey
fried.
leg.
Okay, so deep fried turkey leg. Paul, any questions?
Deep fried turkey leg sounds good. We do have Bob back. By the
Okay,
way.
we have Bob back. All right, so we have to determine who goes first here, Paul. You're going to go with Bob with his mashed potatoes and gravy, red potatoes, or you're going to go with Dave with the deep fried turkey leg?
Boy, I'm a big fan of the whole potatoes and gravy because I can't miss on that one.
Yeah.
I really am. So, Bob from Selma.
Okay, so Bob and Selma will go first. Dave, you stay on the line. Don't you worry. Stick around. We're going to get to you here in a sec. All right. Bob and Selma, you there?
Yes, sir.
All right. So here's how this is going to work. By the way, if we do have a tie, whoever goes first is the winner. Okay? Just to let you know. So, Bob, I'm going to give you 4 different categories. You give me which one you want to choose, and we'll go from there. Your 4 categories to choose from are NFL, players that had a birthday on Thanksgiving. We also have NFL, past November Player of the Month winners. We also have NBA, all European players, and also NHL, hurricanes throughout history.
I'm going to go with the Thanksgiving birthdays for the NFL.
Okay, so these are NFL players who had a birthday on Thanksgiving. There'll be 30 seconds on the clock. I'm going to give you the name of the player and the team. You have to give me the jersey number that he wore or currently wears. Any questions?
Sir. No, sir.
Okay. Your time will start when you hear the horn. Donovan McNabb, Philadelphia Eagles.
5.
Correct. J.C. Horn, Carolina Panthers.
Horn, 36.
Incorrect. Jarvis Landry, Cleveland Browns.
Jarvis Landry, he's a safety. 34.
Incorrect. J.C. Horn, Carolina Panthers.
39.
Incorrect. Jarvis Landry, Cleveland Browns.
33.
Incorrect. J.C. Horn, Carolina Panthers.
33.
Incorrect. J.C. Horn wears number 8 for the Carolina Panthers. Jarvis Landry, you said a defensive back. He actually was a wide receiver, wore 80 with the Browns. But skill guy on the perimeter, so at least you're thinking in the right area. Okay. All right, so Bob and Selma, you got one. Stick on the line. You're the leader in the clubhouse. Let's go with Dave down in Fuquay. Dave, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
All right, Dave, your categories to choose from are NFL past November Players of the Month winners, NBA All-European players, and NHL hurricanes throughout history.
Let's do NBA European players.
Okay. I'm going to give you the name of the player and the team. 30 seconds on the clock. You do get one pass. You have to get at least 2 to win. Okay? You have to get at least 2 to win. Any questions before we get started?
Nope.
All right. Your time will start when you hear the horn. Kristaps Porzingis, Atlanta Hawks.
75.
Incorrect. Simone Fontecchio, Miami Heat.
3.
Incorrect. Kristaps Porzingis, Atlanta Hawks.
8.
Correct. Tristan Da Silva, Orlando Magic.
10.
Incorrect. Simone Fontecchio, Miami Heat.
12.
Incorrect. Tristan Da Silva, Orlando Magic.
12.
Incorrect. Simone Fontecchio, Miami Heat, wears number 0. And Tristan Da Silva of the Orlando Magic wears number 23. But you did get one. You did get Kristaps Porzingis, the Atlanta Hawks. He wears number 8, but by virtue of Bob and Selma going first, Bob is our winner via tiebreaker. Bob and Selma, you're the winner. Dave, enjoy the turkey leg. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Really appreciate you calling and participating.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Let's bring back Bob and Selma. Bob, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, congratulations. Because of your mashed potatoes and gravy, you're the winner of the numbers game and winner of a $30 gift card to Alpaca Chicken.
Hey, to be fair, man, mashed potatoes and gravy are usually who wins the damn Thanksgiving anyhow.
That's
and
true.
Let's just hope the damn Hurricanes win the damn game tonight, baby.
That's right. See, I'm with Bob here on this one. I'm with Bob. By the way, which piece of the turkey do you go for? I know your fellow contestant there, your opponent, Dave and Fuquay, said turkey leg. He likes it deep fried. Do you have a particular cut of turkey you go for?
I normally go for the dark meat of the turkey.
Okay.
Unless it's a Cajun fried one.
Okay.
Like if you smoke one, you fry it. Like you can get the white meat out of that, the breast. But normally the thighs and the legs going to be the juiciest.
I'm with it. Every Thanksgiving, my mom, growing up, and it's still to this day, I get the turkey leg. I get turkey leg every year. Everyone goes, I get the turkey leg every single year. Well, congratulations to you, Bob. Stay on the line. Paul Ihander has some information he needs to get from you. But enjoy your Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, and enjoy the week.
Y'all too now.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I always go for the turkey leg. Plain and simple. I go for the turkey leg. It's my go-to. By the way, there are some Thanksgiving side dishes and stuff that I do not like. I am admittedly a picky eater. I really am. I am a terribly picky eater. I like what I like, and I stick with it. There are things I just don't like, and I've tried. Cranberries? I know a lot of people at Thanksgiving do cranberries. Can't do it. I can't do cranberries at Thanksgiving. I just can't. I can't. I don't like cranberries. I don't. Green bean casserole, I know it's a staple. I like green bean casserole. It's fine. I've had too many green bean casseroles where it's just too mushy. And I'm just not a fan of that. Or at least I'm not a fan of mushy green bean casserole. So it's not a number one for me. Also, by the way, anyone that puts raisins in their stuffing, get out of here. No raisins in the stuffing. Get it out of here. I'm not sure if Paul's still getting information here from Bob, but raisins and stuffing, no thank you. Mashed potatoes, by the way, gotta have it. Stuffing, gotta have it. Turkey, gotta have it. Underrated thing, gotta have good dinner rolls. Gotta have dinner rolls. By the way, Paul, are you a cranberry fan at Thanksgiving?
I'm a post-Thanksgiving cranberry guy.
Post-Thanksgiving, explain.
So cranberry on the day of Thanksgiving isn't my bit. I
don't like cranberries in general.
And I like cranberry juice. And growing up on the West Coast, I lived near a bunch of cranberry bogs.
Okay.
Which is like a thing. But I like cranberry post-Thanksgiving, so I use it as a condiment. So cranberry sauce, gel, whatnot, not cranberries, but kind of what people make it out to. I'll put it on a sandwich. I'll put it on a turkey sandwich because, turkey tends to be dry when it comes to the white meat, and even with the dark meat too. And I make one of them kind of Dagwood style kind of things. But I use it when I'm out of gravy, I'll put cranberry on it, and it gives it that little kick when you don't want the salt and the extra calories. But honestly, it's Thanksgiving, so wear the big sweatpants.
Yeah.
And I know you've done this fantastic job losing all this weight, Dennis, and stuff, but I can loan you a pair of sweatpants if you need some.
Oh, no, trust me. I have plenty of pairs of pants that are oversized right now. I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, that is true.
I got
didn't even
plenty.
think about that.
I have plenty right now.
Right.
By the way, I mentioned this as you're getting the information from our winner.
That was Bob's first time playing, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. Congrats to him.
Yeah.
First time player.
Yeah, big time listener. Appreciate you, Bob.
Are you you like stuffing? Or some people call it dressing?
Dressing, stuffing, either way. I've had it. A must, a necessity. I've been given, no joke, for my birthday, boxes of stuffing.
Nice.
They know I like stuffing. Here, we know you like this. And I'm like, yes, bring more.
That's fine.
Bring more. I'm homemade, boxed, it doesn't matter. I'll even eat ones with almond shavings and sausage and the fat and stuff like that. Dressing, stuffing, whatever it is, I'm all in.
Oh, by the way, do you put raisins in your stuffing?
Nope.
Exactly. Thank you.
No.
Get that
please.
crap out of here.
No.
I say people feel like, what is this? What is this? Stop putting raisins and stuff.
I'll eat grapes on the side.
Yeah,
if you want me to eat grapes, that's fine. Don't throw it in foods that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Please.
I don't even like potato salad. Don't put it in a potato salad either.
I don't understand that at all.
I don't get it.
People do that.
I know. Stop.
I'm like, there's nothing that says family and comfort more than one of them big green, like pale green Pyrexes with the flowers on the side. And then there's the tin foil on the top, and I know people know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Tin foil on the top, and then you crack that tin foil, and you see that perfect potato salad, that perfect stuffing in that bowl, and there's nothing weird that's in it. You just kind of go, yep, set that one in front of me, and just put the big spoon in it.
Yep. I like that with mac and cheese, too.
Oh, my son's making mac and cheese for Thanksgiving this year.
Nice.
He wanted to make mac and cheese this year, so we said, okay, you do it. He found a recipe. He's going to make it happen.
Good on him.
I'm like, dude, I'll eat it. Put it in front of me.
Good on him. You have a favorite dessert?
Lemon meringue pie.
Lemon meringue pie.
Yep, that's my go-to since I've been up. Since I was a wee lass, Dennis.
Chocolate
lemon
chess
meringue
pie.
I don't like pumpkin pie.
I don't either. Believe it or not, I
pumpkin
don't
pie
like
dude.
pumpkin pie.
I don't understand it. I'm not a pumpkin pie
I'm not
person.
a pumpkin pie. I just don't like the taste of pumpkin in general.
I'm
not a pumpkin pie fan.
You and I are brothers from another mother.
Clearly.
Like pumpkin spice, that the whole...
I don't get it.
Pumpkin spice, I don't get it at all. Like everyone gets all crazy. Oh, pumpkin spice lattes are back and things smell like pumpkins and there's pumpkin bread. And no.
Congrats, it's 97 degrees out there.
No, enjoy that whatever it is that you think is delicious because it ain't. It ain't.
I can do roasted sweet potatoes. I'm not like...
I do like me a roasted sweet potato.
I like roasted sweet potatoes. My fiance makes really good roasted sweet potatoes.
Sweet potato fries.
Ooh, there you go.
All day. You change your life. Change your life.
I know a lot of we're picking our menu right now.
Sweet potato pie too.
What's that?
Sweet potato pie too. It's weird. I don't like pumpkin pie because like the gourds and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Sweet potato pie is one of those really acquired tastes.
Yeah.
But once you dig into it and it's done right, like I've had bad sweet potato pie when it's done right, and then you're like, why Paul doesn't like pumpkin pie? Totally two different things.
That's true. They are two different things. They might look the same, but they are two different things.
Yes.
One grows underground, one grows above the ground.
Let me some sweet potatoes.
It's The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9
I'm hungry.
The Fan.
Just give away a pack of chicken gift card here.
No.
Ugh.
I'm ready to eat. But before we do, as we just picked our menu for dinner tomorrow night,
really,
we gotta make
really riveting content.
We gotta make our. Hey, people are sitting there thinking the same thing.
Yeah, they might be.
Trust me, they are. We've seen people in our YouTube, like our guy Austin, who's always in our YouTube live chat. Shout out to Austin. He's like, yeah, definitely no raisin in the stuffing at all, nor the potato salad.
Thank you, Austin.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Austin says it's got to be a hot pie.
Yeah. Okay. But see, some people don't serve chocolate chess as you like.
I love chocolate chess pie.
Hot all the time.
That's
Some people
true.
will it's just room temperature.
Chocolate chess pie is so good. All right, I need to stop because I'm going to have to go back on to losing 42 pounds again if I keep up this conversation. Just the thought of all of it. So good. It's The Drive with Tim Donnelly on 99.9 The Fan. That's Paul Ihander, Dennis Cox sitting in for Tim Donnelly this afternoon. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, we got to make picks. There's a lot of sports action going on between now through the weekend against the last show of the week. Even though it's only Wednesday, we have a lot of games we got to pick next.
Bailey's Fine Jewelry has been voted the best place to buy a watch. Well, did you know that Bailey's is also the best place to sell your watch? So if you're looking to sell your Rolex or to add a Rolex to your collection, Bailey's is the place to go. Bailey's Fine Jewelry, locally owned since 1948.
It's bow time. Fumble in the food on game day? Rookie move. But you know Bo can make your tailgate a winner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Because the Carolina Legend has everything you're craving. We're talking crispy, juicy chicken loaded with real Southern flavor, fluffy, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your whole crew faster than you can say touchdown. Be the MVP this season and let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Planning a tailgate? Then it's bow time. Bojangles has everything you need for the perfect tailgate, no matter how many fans you're trying to feed. There's the original tailgate, the super tailgate, and for a really big crowd, the jumbo tailgate special. And if you like your chicken off the bone, choose the Supreme's Tailgate Special that includes 12 perfectly seasoned tenderloin fillets. So grab the tickets, get that Bojangles Tailgate Special, and go. It's bow time.
Welcome to Cricket Wireless. Santa?
I've got to get Mrs. Claus a gift or I'm in a whole lot of trouble.
How about a single unlimited line? Only $35, plus a free Moto G 5G.
Dude, you're a lifesaver. Here, take a present.
Says it's for Timmy in Des Moines.
Never heard of him.
Join Cricket Nation and get a single line for $35 per month, plus a free Moto G 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Requires activation of new line on select unlimited plan or higher. Pay $40 first month. New lines only. First month service charge. Tax, suit, sale fees. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See cricketwireless.com.
Our state's future begins with our students. That's why the North Carolina Education Lottery has contributed over $12 billion to education. Through scholarships, school construction, support staff, and pre-K programs, lottery dollars move our state forward, helping students become the best versions of themselves. Visit movingncstudentsforward.com and share how your student or school community has benefited for a chance to earn $2,000 for your story. Must be 18 to play. Problem Gambling Helpline 877-718-5543.
This hour of the Tim Donnelly Show, The Drive with Tim Donnelly, brought to you by Newcomb & Company, where your comfort is their business. Visit newcombandcompany.com.
Is this Sabrina Carpenter?
It is the
okay,
Sabrina
about
Carpenter.
to say, is this Dua Lipa? Or?
Nah.
Chappell Roan, Dua Lipa, Sabrina. It all sounds the same. Someone out there is laughing right now.
They are. They're banging down the road, too.
I'm sure they are.
To the drive, while they're on the drive.
That's fine. You know what? Enjoy what you want to enjoy. I say that in all seriousness. If you enjoy music, listen to it. Go to the concert. Have fun. I'm not going to sit here and try to ruin your happiness. But something that we can do, Paul. By the way, coming up here in about 45 minutes, 6:30, Storm Watch with Adam Gold, getting you set for Canes Rangers tonight at the Lenovo Center. 7 o'clock puck drop tonight, at the Lenovo Center. You can listen to it right here on 99.9 The Fan. Also on the 99.9 The Fan app. If you're traveling, which, by the way, drive safe out there on the road. I know a lot of people are out there traveling. Some people might leave in the morning to go visit family for Thanksgiving. Just be safe out there on the road. Just be smart. Take a little extra time. Don't rush. If you're going to be late, just call and tell a person, hey, I'm going to be a little bit late. Be understanding. Even if you're traveling, again, Canes on Friday, 5 o'clock puck drop. Enjoy the games as well. But because of that, Paul, let's make some picks. You and I make some picks. I'm going to give you some spreads here, Paul. You and I are just going to make picks on college basketball. We're going to make picks on the Carolina Hurricanes. Why not, right? Let's just make some picks. Let's go and start right tonight. Canes Rangers. Give me a score. Give me a prediction.
Canes 3-1.
3-1.
3-1.
Okay. Why 3-1?
One goal for each period. One unexpected goal from the Rangers.
Okay.
It'll be an unexpected goal. It won't be some crazy rush. It won't be a power play. It'll be just like, oh, damn it. And then they'll play the sad song in the building, and then we'll all just get back over it, and Big Mike will blow the horn again and go, wah, wah, wah.
Let's go, Canes.
There you go. Yep. I know how this is going. 3-1 tonight. Yep.
I'm feeling 4-2.
Okay.
So, yeah, same goal differential. I'm feeling a little 4-2. My first goal scorer was Seth Jarvis. I believe your first goal prediction was Jackson Blake in the first period.
Senor Blake.
4-2 tonight. All right, let's actually, another game on the hardwood. Let's actually go to college basketball. Tonight, ACC, we see NC State in the Maui Invitational taking on Texas. That game tips off at 9:30 tonight Eastern, which is like, what, 10 a.m. in Hawaii?
4:30. 4:30 in the afternoon.
NC State, 2.5-point favorites against Texas.
Yeah, this one might be a grinder.
Yeah.
This might be a banger.
Give me a pick on this one.
State by that margin, maybe by 5. I think they cover. I think they cover by 5.
Okay.
I think it's 5, and I think they get a big effort out of McNeil tonight. He's the only one that really hasn't super clicked over there on the island.
Yeah.
Van Allen Lubin had the good game. Williams has been consistent. They need a breakthrough. McNeil needs a breakthrough. He really does.
Okay. I'll take State. Give me, like you said, I think it's a grinding type game, like not very high scoring. Give me a 77-71.
Well, I'm under that. I'm even under that one.
You're under on that.
Yep.
Well, the over under is 160.5.
Yeah, I think this one maybe 140.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see shootout in this one at all. I see two tired basketball teams playing a third game in 3 days.
That's true. It's a good
with
point.
Only like 6 hours extra of rest, which means they've eaten one more meal on the island.
It's a fair point. That's a fair point. Let's actually go to college basketball tomorrow involving schools in the ACC, at least especially ones here locally. North Carolina, 16th in the country, taking on Michigan State, 11th in the country. This game is down in Fort Myers, Florida in the Suncoast Credit Union Arena. Fort Myers tip-off. Michigan State 2.5-point favorites.
I agree with that. I think State hands Carolina its first loss.
Okay.
Carolina's shorter bench. Hubert Davis just has a shorter bench. Michigan State's win 2 days ago was by 35 over East Carolina. It wasn't even close. So starters got rest. Guys didn't have to play a bunch. They're all in the same time zone, so travel isn't an issue. I do think tomorrow night is the night that Michigan State ends the Carolina kind of magic start to the season.
Okay. Do you have a spread? Do you have a point prediction?
Now, I think it's going to be relatively close, but it might be about 8 points.
Okay. I think I'm leaning towards you on this one in regards to, I think, not having Seth Trumbull, I think this is the game where it comes back to bite Carolina. I'd say it bite him, just comes back to hurt them, I should say. Give me Michigan State wins this one 87-78.
Yeah, what I want you to do, or somebody out there needs to make sure that Caleb Powell gets a listen to this, because apparently Caleb Powell loves the juice. He loves having the bulletin board stuff.
Oh, Caleb Wilson?
Or Caleb Wilson, sorry.
Okay,
Caleb Powell, jeez. Caleb Wilson, not Drake Powell. Caleb Wilson loves this kind of stuff.
That's true, he does.
People doubt him. Nah, I'm going to prove you wrong. So let him prove me wrong. Drop a 30 piece on Michigan State and prove me wrong, and I will eat it. All 30 pieces.
Just like your lemon meringue pie.
Hell yeah.
All right, also tomorrow night as well, this game that you can listen to on Buzz Sports Radio. It's an 8 o'clock tip-off. Duke, Arkansas. This game is the CBS Sports Thanksgiving Classic. This game is played at the United Center in Chicago. Duke 10.5-point favorites over the Fighting John Calipari's.
I agree with this one. Arkansas has played way too many close games for their own good during the season, and their most recent game was essentially a blowout. So as they come into this game against Duke, I'm not sure this Arkansas team can keep up with Duke at all. It looks great on paper, a couple ranked teams, Thursday night matchup. I think that's the sexiness and the stickiness part of this one. I think Duke takes this one, and I'm not even sure it's close.
Okay. Give a score?
80-62.
Okay. My one concern, if I have a concern with Duke, is do they get consistent outside shooting? Isaiah Evans, when he's on, dude, is white hot. But again, it's about consistent outside shooting. I don't know if right now at this point of the season they have it yet. It's not to say it can't develop as the season goes along, but right now I don't think they fully have it yet. Still a young team that's still trying to find their groove, but I'm with you. They just have the horses there at Duke. They just really do. I'm kind of with you in regards to them covering the 10.5-point spread. Give me Duke on a little bit more of a higher scoring game, I feel like. I feel like this one's going to be 88-72.
No more Caden Boozer threes, please. Just pound it. Just let him drive to the hoop and draw fouls. I think that'll take Arkansas right out of this one early.
Okay. Caden Boozer, the point guard. All right. Let's go to the gridiron here, Paul. I know you're a massive college sports fan. Just college football fan.
College sports. Yep.
The Egg Bowl. Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Ole Miss, they're 7th in the country. Might be Lane Kiffin's last game coaching at Ole Miss.
Sure.
Mississippi, Ole Miss. They're 7.5-point favorites on the road.
They should be.
Yeah.
They absolutely should be. I'm not sure. I mean, Lane Kiffin's a very, very good coach. It's very clear he's the hottest coach in the cycle. But Ole Miss is a pretty darn good football team. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you and I could probably coach and not screw this one up too for Ole Miss.
Possibly.
I don't see it. I don't see the Bulldogs, even as charged as Davis Wade will be, in the middle of the afternoon, after we've all stuffed our faces with turkey, I just don't see Ole Miss dropping this one.
All right, big one in the ACC. This one's on Saturday. It's a noon kickoff. Miami on the road at Pitt. Miami 6.5-point favorites. Miami desperately needs this one, and if Pitt loses, they're out of playing in the ACC championship game. So there's a lot on the line in this one. By the way, 6.5-point favorites, Miami.
If Pitt gets the Carson Beck turnover show, then Pitt stands a chance in this one. But if they get the Carson Beck, who's a lot more dialed in, I'm not sure Pitt can handle what Miami can dish out. This could be a high-scoring game, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it really could. This could be Pitt-NC State Part 2 if these teams aren't careful. I mean, you could see over 70. I don't know what the number is. It could be pretty big.
The over-under on that one is 49.5.
I'm over on that one.
Yeah, I'll take
time.
the over as well.
Unless it's like the muddiest field in the history of muddiest fields where the Steelers play. And you know where the Steelers play, Dennis.
Yeah, that's right. AccuSure Stadium. All right, final one here. We have 10 seconds here, Paul. Panthers, Rams 10.5-point favorites.
Rams, and they cover.
Yeah. Yeah. Overdrive coming up next here on 99.9 The Fan. Getting you set for Canes, Rangers tonight. Also, NC State, UNC. That's next here on The Fan.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
The pace difference is dramatic. We're trying to protect them, but we basically have a game every other night. Not an easy thing to do.
Steve Kerr is the one contributing to the style that has led to the increase in pace of play. You had the Splash Brothers with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. You revolutionized basketball to what we know it to be today.
Unsportsmanlike.
Mornings from 6 to 9 on 99.9 The Fan, the Triangle Sports Leader.
Hey, folks, it's Dennis Cox from 99.9 The Fan for my friends over at Raleigh Weight Loss Center. I've been with the program for nearly 4 months and have lost 42 pounds thanks to Raleigh Weight Loss Center. Right now, Raleigh Weight Loss Center is having a special 20% off Lose It special going on right now all the way